Hello everyone. Am I audible to everyone? Please let me know in the chat box. Yes, good morning. And am I visible as well? So looks everything is going right today. Okay. So if cool, so everyone is joining. Too many less students today. Hmm. Yes, good morning everyone, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And good morning to all the students who are joining us on YouTube as well. So after yesterday debacle, we have again started our class. Yes, so everything is working fine from my end. I hope it is working fine from your end too. So let's start the class. It's already 7:31. Hmm. Yes, pranam, everyone, pranam. So yes, formal welcome to again all of you for today's live class, which is going to happen on motivation. Okay. So today we are going to cover motivation part 1. Along with it, we will also cover motivation part 2. Okay. So let's wait for another 1 minute only so that more and more people can join in. And then what is the special thing which we are going to do today? Can someone remind me? Yes. So today we are going to have our first RRR session. RRR is nothing, it is just your revision session. Okay. So we will revise everything what we have done in our live class number 1. Okay. And then we will start with the content of live class number 2. So please be energetic to all the students who have joined with us on the Zoom and also those students who have joined us on the YouTube as well. So Munral is there, Vishwakarma is there. Okay, cool. So let's start now. Enough of waiting. Cool. So now we are having our first very RRR session. Mind you, you have to type in your responses in the chat box. Do not become a couchy potato. Yes, yes, Mandeep. Just wait for a minute. I will solve this problem today. Okay, no issues. So first, let's revise what is defined motivation. Now, within next 30 seconds, type in your definition of motivation. Whatever definition of motivation is feeded to your mind, please type in your responses in the chat box now. What is motivation according to you? Fatafat. I'm not wasting for more than 1 minute in this question. Yes, good morning, Prabodh. Dheeraj, Zoom link is active. Please go on the 4th November date. Okay. It is there in your course because maximum student have joined in our live classes. So that is definitely available in your classes also. Damodar again, it is there on the 4th November class. Okay. Just after the 3rd November. Yes, so divine motivation fatafat. Motivation is a process which initiates, guides, and maintains what? The goal-oriented behavior. Now, this is a very basic definition which must be fed to your mind because if you are writing any answer related to motivation, then a definition of motivation is a must. Okay. Also, you can add some adjectives that motivation also helps in satisfaction of employees. It increases the productivity of employees, so on and so forth. But as I said, motivation is that particular process which initiates, guides, and maintains what? Maintains our goal oriented behavior. Then, out of willingness, intense efforts, and persistent efforts, what is willingness? Can someone define willingness? Willingness is my Chalo, you only define what is willingness. Willingness is the state of readiness. Definitely, it is the state wherein you agree that yes, I will start my motivation process and I will move ahead towards the achievement of my goal. Okay. Intense effort is nothing. It is just the spike which you will have. Remember, it is just moving ahead. And what is consistency? What is consistency? Yes, consistency is your persistent efforts, or you will just say that I will be continuing my overall process of motivation in the best manner as possible. Now, these three are your main elements or main components or main different types of things which you can recall. Okay, yes, persistent efforts, intense efforts, and willingness. You can definitely incorporate these words as well in the main definition. Okay, now tell me what is the inner urge of that person which guides the overall process. Inner urge, it is the motive. Okay, so motive, I can say that motive is the first step which will initiate the goal-oriented behavior, true or false? Motive is the first step. True, right? Then tell me which is the process of motivation. Out of motive, motivators, and motivating, what is the process of motivation? Yes, the motivating is the process. Now remember what is the process of motivation, okay? Motivator is that particular substance which will satisfy my need. As simple as that, okay? Process of motivation. Chalo, what is the first step of motivation? Please revise with me. What is the first step? No, tension is not the first step. It is the need. Need can also be classified as motive, okay? After that, I will go to, yes, arousal of need, beginning of need, whatever you want to call it as. Definitely, you can add certain adjectives. After that, I will go to tension. Tension is that particular state which will cause which will cause some, behavioral changes in me so that I can move ahead in my goal. After that, I will move to what? Goal directed behavior. Very good. Goal directed behavior. After that, I will check. Check what? After that, I will check what? Yes, I will check whether my need is satisfied or whether it is not satisfied. And what is the last step? What is the last step? It is feedback. After that, I will definitely convey the feedback. Agreed or not? So, how many steps are there in the journal process of motivation? Journal process of motivation, how many steps are there? 5. Now, if the feedback has to be positive, then definitely we will not have further classification of it. But if the feedback is negative, then tell me how many states can be there? Yes, some people can say 4, some people can also say 5. So both answers are accepted. But my answer will be 4. And I told you the logic that day also. Tell me what is the first state in the negative feedback? It is your flight. Very good. Very good. Like multiple people are answering. So that truly means that you have done your revision. Flight means what? That I will leave the situation altogether. Then after flight, we have your apathy. Apathy means what? Can someone define apathy? Apathy means what? No, aggression is the third point. Apathy means what? Indifference or a kind of a time pass thing. Definitely. Okay. Indifference is the correct word, I would say. Then comes your aggression. Now, aggression can be divided in how many categories? Yes, paying no attention is also good. Okay. It can be divided into 2 categories. I would say 1 and 1. That is your aggression towards the source and aggression towards the other. So you have to draw the mind map in your head. Then what is the last step? What is the last step? Yes, source and others. Very good, Shubham. Yes, rationalization. Rationalization means what? Rationalization means what? Rationalization means what? Yes, very good. 4th November class is definitely appearing. I would say Samitra, because maximum people have joined in. They have the same course which you have. Yes, I can definitely see. Wow, my friends, even YouTube students are answering. Yes, justifying the outcome, and you are being in that state. Okay, yaar, shayad meri hi galti hogi. Okay, so these are your 4 negative, I would say, consequences which can follow after your feedback is not that much great. Okay, consequences we have covered. So this is the basic part. Remember, after that we went to what? After that, yes, justifying the reason, or you are just giving a kind of a sadness to you कि यार शायद मेरी ही गलती होगी, kind of that attitude. Okay, after that we covered up the types of motivation. Okay, yes, types of motivation. So first tell me which particular, or you can only tell me what is positive motivation. What is positive motivation? Impelling for good. Very good, Nanda Kumar. What is positive motivation? That you will impelling for good, or definitely you will want to add certain things in your life, and opposite of it will be called as what? Negative motivation. Now in negative motivation, I told you one particular word which you have to remember. Yes, very good, Samir. Moving from some undesired situation, or you are removing something bad from your life. Okay, so for example, Ram is there, he wants to remove the tag of what? Unemployment. Therefore he is studying for RBI grade B. So he wants to remove something, so that becomes a negative motivation. Now tell me, what is my basic and learned motivation? Basic motivation is what? Basic motivation is what? Basic, yes, very good. Mungala Jia is also answering. Subhashri is also answering. Good. Cool, 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 cool. Come on, revise, revise, revise. Yes, basic needs are my primary motives. Can someone give me some examples of my primary motives, or primary or basic motives, whatever you want to call it as? Yes, these are my roti, kapda, and makan. As simple as that. Will they be common to humans and animals? Will they be common to humans and animals? The answer should be yes. Learn motives are those kinds of motives which you will learn throughout the process of motivation, or as soon as you progress in your life. Learn motivation are also called as what? Learned motivations are also called as what? Secondary motivations. Okay. Not secondly, it is secondary. Okay. Learned motivations are there in animals also. True or false? So it will become a false statement. Intrinsic and extrinsic. Now, very easy. Something which is coming from my inside of my body, that will be intrinsic. Something which is coming from outside, that will be called as what? Extrinsic. Come on, give me one example of extrinsic motivation except salary. Give me one example of extrinsic motivation except salary. Yes, very good. Praise, recognition, promotion. Yes, house allowances. Very good. HRA kind of that. Okay. Intrinsic is all about what? Intrinsic is all about intrinsic examples. Happiness, inner satisfaction. Okay. So those are my intrinsic motivation. Now, this is your types of motivation. Remember, up to this part, all was basic. Now, let's discuss regarding motivational theories. How many motivational theories were there? Two: process and content. Content was also called as what? Content के synonyms क्या होंगे? Please let me know फटाफट. Yes, pride. Very good. Promotion. Good, 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 everyone. Yes, content is also known as traditional, need based and humanistic. ये याद रखने ये आपको तीनों synonyms. Content focus on a particular, I would say, scientific process. True or false? Content focus on, the answer will be false. Why? Because content focus on a particular need. Process is also known as what? Process को अपन लोग क्या बोलते हैं? प्रोसेस को कंटेम्पररी एंड मॉडर्न, ये AKA यानी होता है ऑल्सो नोन एज. ओके, सो ये मैंने आपके लिए छोड़ दिया है ताकि यू जस्ट रिमेंबर द सिनोनिम्स once you are seeing this particular slide again. Now, in the content-based theories of motivation, we started with Maslow and the very copycat copy kind of person that is Aldefer. First, let's revise Maslow. How many needs were there? How many needs were there? 5. First need. Jaldi jaldi thoda. First need will be your basic needs, and you have this particular word that is, I have a tongue twister problem over here, so I'm not repeating it. I hope you understand my problem over here. Second, safety needs are also known as safety needs are also known as safety needs. Safety needs secondary नहीं होती है. Safety needs are also known as security needs. Can I say insurance, different pension plans are an example of basic need? Are an example of basic need. See, first listen to the question. We are not doing any kind of, I would say, what jalbazi mein, that thing we are not doing. We are just doing some speedy revision. So listen to my question, then type in your answers. Okay. So hold on your horses. Okay. Yes. So basic needs, safety needs. After that, love and belongingness needs. And then we move to the esteem. How many levels of esteem can be there? How many levels can be there? 2. What are they? Higher and lower. When I am expecting the I would say status from other person, will it be higher or lower? Yes, it will be lower. And then you comes to your self-actualization. What is the categorization, or what is the keyword which you will look after the self-actualization? Self-actualization, what will be the keyword? Yes, best of your achievements, best of your potential, best of the challenging work, whatever you want to call it as. Okay. Mind you, this is just the Maslow theory. Okay. Now, what does this arrow mean? What does this arrow mean? Yes, best of the potential. That is also good. Yes, order. It moves, you move upward the order, but it also means, yes, very good. This person, I just like the chat is very moving fast. I would say this arrow is your satisfaction progression. Okay. So this arrow means what? That you will move ahead in a ladder and you will go ahead in the concept of satisfaction progression, which means what? That you will go up like this, but definitely, can you come down in Maslow? Can you come down in Maslow? The answer will be no. So this arrow has its own meaning. You have to understand it. Then tell me, what does this one is telling you? Yes, very good, Jia. What does this one is telling you? ये जो one है is telling you what? Yes, one by one. One by one. This arrow is telling you one by one. One by one means what? That first I will fulfill my basic needs, then I will move to my safety needs, then I will move to my belongingness needs. So it means what? That under Maslow, I cannot have multiple needs which are active at the same time. Understood or not? Understood or not, my friends? Yes, very good, Durga. It means what? That only one need is active at one particular moment in that particular time, as per Abraham Maslow. Please remember the full name. That is Abraham Maslow. Now let's come to the biggest criticizer of Maslow, which was Great Hofstede. What was the major criticize? Yes, wrong order of needs. And what is the main element why he criticized was sex. Okay, because Maslow kept sex as the basic needs, which is not true as per Great Hofstede. Now, next in the list is your criticism only. Next in the list, what you have to remember is spiritual needs. Maslow forgot spiritual needs of the people. Okay, and what was the other? I would say limitation of Maslow theory. We remembered one real life example as well. Yes, Mahatma Gandhi. People like Mahatma Gandhi, Sri Prabhupada, Mother Teresa, they do not have great basic needs, but still they will move up the ladder. So this becomes criticism of Maslow theory. Moving ahead, what is 5 plus 3? What is 5 plus 3? Yes, now we have Damodar as well. So what is 5 plus 3? It is your extended theory of Maslow. Okay. Now what were the three additional needs which were added by extended Maslow theory? Cognitive is one, definitely cognitive. After that, we have your cognitive ke baad many people are saying transcend. Yes, it is aesthetic. And after that, we have transcend. So which becomes after in I would say in your extended Maslow theory, is self-actualization need the topmost need? Is self-actualization is the topmost need? The answer will be no. Why? Because now we have transcend need as the top in the I would say extended Maslow theory. Okay. After that, we will go to the Aldefer theory. Aldefer theory was all about condensation. Condensation of what? Maslow theory. So this ERG theory is again very, very famous. Okay. Remember, under Aldefer also, people will start from the basic level, then they will move up. But can they come down under the, can they come down in the Aldefer theory? Therefore, I have put this particular arrow. Now tell me which particular concept this arrow says about. It talks regarding frustrated regression. So people can regress, I would say what, in the ERG theory. Now tell me whether this particular statement is true or not. Under ERG theory, people can operate on multiple needs. Under ERG theory, people can operate on multiple needs. Yes. And what is the most concrete need as per the Aldefer ERG theory? What is the most concrete need under Aldefer ERG theory? It will be existence. Very good. Okay. After that, relatedness, and after that you will have to the growth. Now I'm not asking you that growth ke andar what are the needs of Maslow, because that is very evident from this particular picture. Okay, so that will become a very basic question. Cool. So these are the certain important points which you should remember regarding Maslow and Aldefer. Now let's come to our David McClelland. Okay, now how many needs were given by David McClelland? Fatafat. 3. What was the first need? What was the first need? Very good, YouTube family. You are also answering it. Is that correct? And mind you, on our YouTube, this is the last class. From Monday onwards, we are starting communication chapter. So that will specifically happen on Zoom only for the paid subscribers. Yes, need of achievement is the first need. So need of achievement mein feedback is important or not? Need of feedback is important or not? Yes, it is very, very important. Will need of achievement person will work on higher risk or lower risk? They will work on moderate risk. Very good, people. So I was testing you. Challenging work is very much easy to understand. Okay. So this is your need of achievement. If I divide management into 3 parts, that is the levels of management: top, middle, and basic, or I should, sorry, top, middle, and lower level. Where will need of achievement people should work as per David McClelland? Yes, middle. So ये सब आपको याद रखना है, and I have added the snippet कि ये सारा इसका main features है that you can definitely recall in the better manner as possible. After that we move to what? After that we move to need of appreciation. Need of appreciation is all about making friends in the organization. You are targeting what? Teamwork, and definitely you are looking for collaborations over competition. Where will they work under the need of in the management level? They will work on the lower level. Okay. Then comes your need of influence. Need of influence is all about, what is the other name of need of influence? Very good, people. That is your power. Power people will work where? Power people will work where? At the top level. Now there can be 2 types of power. First is your personal powers, then you have your social power. Agreed or not? Personal power is 1 versus 2. Remember it. Social power is all about teamwork, and we will make sure that we will take the team ahead. Now tell me that particular concept in management which tells you that if I win, then you will lose, and if you win, then I will lose. So there is only one party. दैट इज जीरो सम गेम. ओके, ये डेरिवेटिव्स में भी आएगा आगे फाइनेंस के क्लासेस में, बट दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कंसेप्ट विच यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड. जीरो सम गेम, इट मीन्स व्हाट, दैट देयर इज ओनली वन पार्टी विच इज क्लासिफाइड एज विनर, अदर पार्टी इज क्लासिफाइड एज लूजर. सो देयर कैन नॉट बी टू विनर्स. नाउ आई एम आस्किंग अ वेरी वेरी टफ क्वेश्चन, सो प्लीज लिसन टू इट वेरी केयरफुली. ओनली दोज विल बी एबल टू आंसर जिनका रिविजन. Have you taught it already? Yes. Zero sum game we have discussed in our first class only. Derivative we will understand in the finance lectures. Now I'm asking a very tough question. Listen to it very carefully. Need of influence, need of affiliation, and need of achievement. So there are basically three colors. I would say three type of needs which are mentioned over here. Why need of affiliation has a different color than need of influence and need of achievement? आप समझ रहे हो क्या क्वेश्चन है? The question I am asking is why I have used different colors for need of influence and need of affiliation. Why need of influence and why need of achievement are having the same color? Tell me one thing. Now this is a very, I would say, vague question, I understand, but जिसका revision बहुत strong है, जो मेरे साथ connect कर पा रहा है, they will be, yes, this Shushmita Bala. Because not an effective manager. Very good, Shushmita. Because if you see, need of influence and need of achievement will be there in the effective manager, and need of appreciation will be there, but it will be on the lower scale. जो effective managers होते हैं, those are your good managers. So they will have a higher degree of influence and higher degree of achievement as well, but they will have a lower degree of need of appreciation. Agreed or not? Agreed or not? Agreed? So that is what revision is all about. Once you see this particular image, everything should be clicking to your mind. Okay, ऐसा नहीं कि that you are seeing this particular flight and you are not able to understand that what is the meaning of this image. Okay, now yes, my friend, on that particular day, I forgot to tell you that this particular need, which is your social power, is also known as institutional power. Okay, so social power is also known as what? Institutional power. So this is an extra knowledge which I am giving to you today. Mind you, one more thing which you have to remember over here. Now tell me your manifest needs, which was the concept given by David McClelland. Manifest needs were also called as what? Manifest needs were also called as what? Acquired needs. So ये manifest needs का short form है, and acquired needs का short form है, and they are also called as what? Learned needs. ये दो concepts है जो मैं उस दिन बताना भूल गया था. Once I am preparing the PPT, certain things can happen. Okay. Now see, we have finished the RRR session of our live class 1. Now I want to take one feedback that what was this particular class or was this particular session till now was useful or not. And let me see the chat also. Arjun, I am very sorry, but maximum people are there over here, so the link is already active. Suman, the link is over there. Please go on the 4th November class. Okay. So yes, so I am taking, yes. So yes, very useful. Now remember, my friends, when we are covering chapter number 10 of management, when we are covering chapter number 10 of management, when we are covering chapter number 10 of management, that is your, I would say, fundamentals of organizational behavior. Swatwik, what is the other name for McClelland? The McClelland has given you 3 needs. That is your manifest needs, acquired needs, and learned needs. Okay. So these are, do we have to remember the criticism of every theory? Just remember the basic point. Okay. Now remember, my friend, when we are covering our 10th chapter of management, that is our fundamentals of organizational behavior, then again I will be putting this slide so that we can revise multiple times again. That is what the overall objective is. Okay, because fundamentals of management is a very small chapter. It will get over in 1 hour only, but we will definitely invest the extra hour so that we can do multiple revisions. Okay, as I said you, by February end or by, I would say, January end only, you will definitely have to complete your finance management and ESI static so that you can definitely go towards what? QRE in the full force. Cool? Agreed or not? So now let's start our class if you all agree. Okay, so we have done the revision. Now today also we are going to cover what? We are going to start with motivation only, but there is one disclaimer which I would like to give you. Some students have shared the feedback with me that you all are doing what? you all are doing some chit chatting in the chat box. Okay, so that is definitely disturbing their flow of study. Now, if any person, for example, if Jalaj has a doubt, then definitely he has the responsibility to ask me only. I am the moderator of class. Please understand, you do not have to chit chat in the particular class. Or one solution is model answers I will discuss. Don't worry, but that I will discuss in the last part of this particular class. Okay, after we solve the case study based question, then we will discuss the model answers. Please do not do any kind of chit chat. If you do any chit chat over here, I will stop the chat, but I do not want to become an autocratic leader. If you do any chat, if you trouble anyone, then definitely I can kick you out of my class as well. Please remember that I am the moderator, and this might sound rude for you, but I have received feedback. So therefore, you do not have to do any blah blah. If you have any doubts, then definitely I'm sitting over here till 10 a.m. We can take multiple doubts. Okay. Now, please allow me to start the class because it's totally 8 and we will finish our class by 9:30 onwards. Do we have to study other than the no? You do not have to study anything, Navneet. Live classes and concept notes will make you a topper. QRE doubts I will take later. Now please stop the message in the chat box, or let me off this particular chat only, because that will make some sense. Okay, so I'm putting my chat on off because that will make some sense for some period of time. Okay, cool. So allow me to move ahead now, because definitely we will move with the greater speed now. Cool. So let's move ahead. Now, if you all know that where we stopped in the last class, we stopped at your content theories of motivation. Now, remember, under content-based theories, we have covered Maslow, Aldefer, and David McClelland. But today we are going to start with one of the most important theory, that is your Hansberg. Then we will also cover theory X and theory Y, and then we will also cover one small theory, which is instinctive theory of motivation. Okay, so let's start, and I'm moving ahead. So please be attentive. Please listen to me very carefully with each and every, I would say, attention which you have. So again, let's start with Hansberg two-factor theory. Now see, my friends, once you are going ahead in the field of Frederick Hansberg, the full name is Frederick Hansberg two-factor theory. So basically, Frederick Hansberg has again given two factors which motivate an individual. But remember, there is a difference in one particular view. Frederick Hansberg just, he tried to explain motivation from a different angle. So for him, motivation was different. How it was different? See, if I ask Chat GPT that what is the opposite of satisfaction, this is my prompt which I gave to the Chat GPT. I asked Chat GPT that what is the opposite of satisfaction. He replied to me that opposite of satisfaction is dissatisfaction. But this is not true as per Hansberg. Why? Because he has his own way to explain motivation. Maslow has its own way via which he gave the 5 needs. Okay. But when it comes to Frederick Hansberg, he has its own way to explain motivation. Now, for Hansberg, that is for Frederick Hansberg, opposite of satisfaction was no satisfaction. So basically, if this is your, I would say, A, then this becomes your A negative. Basically, it is all about complementary. जो आपके पास है, just उसका उल्टा कर दो, उसके आगे no लगा दो. As simple as that. So this is according to Hansberg. This is not according to me. For me, opposite of satisfaction in English literature, it is dissatisfaction only. But according to Hansberg, the opposite of satisfaction was no satisfaction. Now, what is satisfaction? I will tell you. And in the same manner, the opposite of no dissatisfaction is dissatisfaction. Now, do not get confused. I will let you know the overall meaning in the meanwhile, but just understand that what is the view of Frederick Hansberg. Now, satisfaction and no dissatisfaction are a good state. Good state means what? That your employee will be motivated. I again repeat, satisfaction and no dissatisfaction are the good state for an employee. Satisfaction and no dissatisfaction are a good state, but no satisfaction and dissatisfaction are a negative state for an employee. Now, enough of introduction. Let's move to the core theory. Now, there are two different factors as per Hansberg which allow individuals to motivate. The very first factor is your motivators, and the second factor is your hygiene factors. Now, remember, motivators are also known as what? Satisfiers. Okay, motivators are also known as satisfier. Hygiene factor are also known as maintenance factors. Just listen to me carefully. If your motivators are high, Motivators are basically those kinds of factor which will decide whether you are satisfied or whether you are not satisfied. अगर आपकी जिंदगी में if you have higher degree of motivators, if you have higher degree of satisfiers, then you will be on the positive side. Positive side means what? That my employees will be happy. As simple as that. But if I remove motivators, if I remove satisfiers from your life, then you will become sad. You will become sad. This is the first factor. Second factor was your hygiene factors. Again, as I told you, satisfactor is a positive thing. No satisfaction is a negative thing. This is decided by whom? This is decided by your motivators or oblique satisfiers. In the next list, we will understand that what is hygiene factors. I will tell you motivators or hygiene में difference क्या है. But just understand this particular image. Hygiene factors are also known as maintenance factors. If your hygiene factors are good, अगर आपके पास hygiene factors अच्छे हैं, then again you will be on the positive side. It means what? That my employee will be very, very happy. But if I remove hygiene factors or maintenance factors from your life, then again you will become on the negative side and your employee will become sad. This is the main meaning of this particular image. Now understand that what is motivators. Motivators or satisfier are those particular kind of factors which will motivate an employee internally. इंटरनली यानी क्या कि आपको इंट्रिंसिक मोटिवेशन जो मिलता है, इंट्रिंसिक, आई एम सेइंग व्हाट, इंट्रिंसिक, इट इज डिपेंडेड अपॉन सैटिस्फायर्स. नाउ इन अ वेरी लूज लैंग्वेज, ताकि आपको पूरा कंसेप्ट याद हो जाए, अंदर की जो खुशी है वो कौन डिसाइड करेगा? सैटिस्फायर्स और मोटिवेटर्स. अगेन टू रिपीट इन इंग्लिश, if you are having an inner peace, if you are satisfied with your job, if you are like very, very thankful to your job, who it will be deciding? It is your satisfier or motivators. They are related to job content, कि आपको जॉब में मिल क्या रहा है. As simple as that. Now achievement, again it is something which is अंदर से जो आ रहा है. Recognition, if your work I would say is very challenging, you enjoy your work, you are in love with your work, definitely वो आपके अंदर से आएगा. That is your satisfiers. That will give you what? Inner peace, that I have done a good amount of work today. For example, at the end of 11 a.m. or I would say 10:30 a.m., when I go out of this room, I will be satisfied with the efforts which I have given to you. Okay, because that is my internal kind of thing. Internal vibes are saying me that yes, today the class was good. Responsibility and advancement. Advancement means that how you will move in your work profile. Okay, so this is what your satisfiers and motivation is. Now remember certain very important what features. These are the factors which will motivate you for the long term, and these are the factors which will intrinsically motivate you. Intrinsically मैंने शायद यहाँ पे भी लिखा था. Yes, so motivators are those particular kinds of factors which will motivate you for a long term. For example, I want to become a teacher in the year 2021 when I was not selected as an RBI Grade B officer. Why I made that decision? Because I want to be a teacher for a particular period of time. So it is a kind of not a short-term activity. It is a kind of a long-term activity. For whom? For me. Now you can have your own examples. Okay. Then next in the list is your hygiene factors. Hygiene factors are the external factors. So यहाँ पे I can write extrinsic. Extrinsic. They will not motivate you. They here means the hygiene factors, but they are like a support system kind of thing. They will just build up different things around the core. So for example, if I'm drawing this circle, if this circle is my heart, okay, then all the different other things which are keeping my heart in place, which are keeping my heart in good condition, they will be called as your hygiene factor. As simple as that. Okay, now understand. For example, if I just erase this particular diagram from my screen, now allow me to draw it again. Hygiene factors, they prevent dissatisfaction. They prevent dissatisfaction means what? कि अगर आपके अंदर hygiene factors बहुत ज्यादा है, then definitely you will be on the positive side. You will not be on the negative side. Okay, but they do not necessarily motivate. They will just make sure that your core, that is your motivators, are in the good state. Salary. Agar, see, if I am very motivated from my teaching job, then definitely I am having what? High degree of motivators. Even if Anchit sir, I would say by God's sake, if he reduces my salary, I will not leave the job. Why? Because I am very satisfied with my job. So these are those kind of factors which will definitely take care of the core part, but they will not make a final decision. Who will make the final decision? It is your motivators. Okay. Hygiene factors को maintenance factors भी इसलिए बोलते हैं. Why? Because they maintain what? They maintain the core of motivation. Okay. Company policies, interpersonal relations, working conditions, and then we also have what? Job security. These are your very, very other kinds of thing which will motivate you what? Extrinsically. इसका एक और नाम आपको याद रखना होगा, dissatisfiers. Okay, ये spelling mistake if I'm doing it, sorry. But the main meaning over here, you have to remember that they decide whether you are dissatisfied, the negative state, or you are not dissatisfied. This is what the whole meaning of motivators and hygiene factor is all about. Okay, remember the examples over here. Okay, and yes, कोई भारी खुशी है, something like external happiness, that it will come from your hygiene factors. Therefore, mind you, अभी तक जो भी theories we have discussed, Maslow, Eldefer, David McClelland, and yes, Frederick Hansberg, they have given certain needs. They have given certain motives. Therefore, we classify them under what? Content. इधर भी आप देखोगे दो नीड्स ही एक तरीके से देखा जाए तो, या दो फैक्टर्स है, तो दैट इज व्हाट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड. अगर ये आपको समझ में आ गया, नाउ सी रिलेटेड टू जॉब कंडीशंस मींस व्हाट. फॉर एग्जांपल, आई एम वर्किंग इन, आई वुड से, बिग ऑफिस, बट माय एसी इज नॉट वर्किंग. I will be definitely become what? थोड़ा सा dissatisfied. I will become थोड़ा सा unhappy that I am teaching in my class and I'm not having an AC over my head. But I am internally motivated by teaching. It might definitely affect my motivation, but they will not affect the core important motivation part. This is what the basic difference between motivators and hygiene factors is. Now, let's move ahead and let's understand different other conditions. Remember this image. अगर आपको ये image भी अगर याद हो गई, along with this particular image, then this theory is just a cakewalk. Just remember the examples which we have given to you. Okay. Now, Shri is asking, sir, hygiene factors affect motivators? Definitely they will affect. But who will make the final call? It will be your motivators. Okay, they will make your final call. They will affect, but they will not make the final call whether the person is motivated or not. Who will make the final calls? It will be motivators. Now allow me to move ahead. Cool. I will take the doubts, don't worry. Two-factor theory. Remember, this particular theory is known as two-factor. Now see, staff is dissatisfied and unmotivated. Dissatisfied means what? कि वो अभी यहाँ है. Unmotivated means what? That they are feeling negative state. Now, unmotivated means what? That they are not satisfied. They are not satisfied with their job. Now, once I give them hygiene factors, once I am giving them the hygiene factor की जो रो है वो second होगी. Okay, and what is your first row? That will be a motivator. Now, if I'm giving them, now just allow me to erase the screen one more time. Okay, if I now currently my employees are on the state of dissatisfaction. If I'm giving them the hygiene factors or maintenance factors or dissatisfiers, then definitely they will progress to no dissatisfaction. The staff will not be dissatisfied, but they will be unmotivated. Why? Because motivation के लिए you will have to move to the upper layer. So you will have to provide motivational factors, या जैसे आप satisfier भी बोलते हो. Okay, then only your staff will become satisfied and motivated. Therefore, as per Hansberg, there has to be an optimum combination of motivators and hygiene factors. If you are giving motivators and if you are giving big kind of other challenges, work to the task, then definitely the employee will be motivated. Along with that, you will definitely have to feed what? Hygiene factors only. Combining them two will make the employee super motivated. Okay, if anyone is not present, then definitely, like for example, in this particular state, right now we have three boxes, right? If I just erase the screen again, just see this particular image. What is happening over here? Just give me a sec, okay? Yes. Now, if you see, this is the most negative state. Negative state means what? That employee is cursing the company. That why did I came into this company? Because you are giving low hygiene factors currently, and you are also not giving any motivator. So this is typically represented with red. Red is the color for danger. Agreed or not? Red is the color of danger. Therefore, your employee can leave the company as well. Now, if you see orange and green, orange is that particular kind of color, which is like okay kind of thing. Okay, it is not that much danger and it is not that much good as well. Why? Because here the staff is dissatisfied, but they are unmotivated. Unmotivated means what? That they do not have motivation in their life, but you have given good salary to them. For example, I have a big salary. For example, I have a big salary. Anchit sir pays me, for example, 1 crore per month. So this is my salary is keeping me running in this particular job, but I have no interest in teaching. This is classic example of this orange color box. But once I gain that particular teaching confidence with high salary, it will turn to the green box. This is what the overall, I would say, holistic coverage of two-factor theory of Hertzberg is all about. Now, see, there are certain small concepts, but the big picture, that is you have to remember these three big pictures. The first one is this one. If you remember them, definitely you will be going good. And do not go into that logic कि Hertzberg ने ऐसा क्यों बोला, because it is his own view. Okay, it is his own view, and we will have to understand it. And it is practically also possible that some people are motivated by salary, some people are also motivated by the work. But you have to arrive somewhere in the between so that the employee can become in the best of his capabilities. Remember this particular image, then you have to remember this image, then the examples. Once you remember these three different images, then definitely the fourth image is very easy to understand. Now allow me to cover certain small aspects related to Hertzberg. Today's motivator would be tomorrow's hygiene with due respect to what time. For example, sense of achievement, which is generally a motivator for us, but it can turn to hygiene if you have excess of achievement. Why? Because plenty of things will definitely reduce the relevance of that particular thing. For example, if I am having 100 of feedbacks from your end, okay, I'm giving you my example real time. Okay, if you are giving me feedback each and every day, then in the next class I will not ask for feedback. Why? Because I have achieved a good number of feedback. Now I know that I am on the right track. All I need to do is just continue this particular process. I ask for feedback in your, I would say, RRR session only. Maximum of you were satisfied. Okay, now I know that I have to repeat this in my next class as well. So remember, today I was motivated with RRR multiple times because yesterday we have one debacle, right? Today I was highly motivated. But once I am doing RRR on daily revisions basis or on daily coming basis, then definitely it will become my practice. And on the finance class, I will try to bring a new concept altogether so that the student community can be benefited. So please remember, sense of achievement, which is generally a kind of what? Satisfier. It can, I would say, convert to hygiene factor, but it will definitely convert with due respect to time. ऐसा नहीं कि आज ही हो गई. It is not like turant. It is not like hand to hand. It will take some time, and with due respect of time, definitely it will convert into hygiene factors. Very easy concept. Let's move ahead now. Now remember, as per Hertzberg, there are two types of personalities. First is your motivation seeker, and the second one is your maintenance seekers. Now, motivation seekers will definitely need what? Motivators. Very easy. And maintenance seeker. Now see, maintenance means what? Hygiene seekers. So confuse नहीं होना है, ये synonyms ही है. Hygiene factors are also known as what? Maintenance factors. इसको mutual fund मत समझ लेना अभी के लिए. It is your what? I would say maintenance factors. Okay, so they are mainly concerned about what? Maintenance factors. So this you have to understand, and this is very basic. Now some people are like, some people I like just running for salary. So managers should identify it, and they should only provide them what? Salary hike, so that they can become motivated. But some people like some big people, like they work for what? They work for inner peace. They work for their own achievements. So that will be classified as what? Motivation seeker. Very easy concept. Once you understand that what is the difference between motivators and hygiene factors, this theory is as simple as cakewalk. Okay, there is no more concepts to discuss under it. Now, yes, this is an important thing. Now, there can be four situations as per Hertzberg. Four situations means what? कि कभी आपका hygiene factor ऊपर हो सकता है, कभी आपका motivator नीचे हो सकता है कि ये दोनों ही low हो. कैसे होगा? Let's understand that. Now, I am telling you everything in Hindi as well as in English. First is high hygiene, high motivation. If you are having your high motivators and if you have your high hygiene, this is represented with which color? It will be represented with green color. Basically, it means what? That all of my employees are motivated. I am very happy. I am giving them good salaries and they all are internally motivated. This is an ideal situation. Ideal yani वही green situation. Okay. Where employees are highly motivated and have few complaints. Few complaints of what? Few complaints of hygiene factors. They will not complain you that whether sir my salary is low, please increase it. Like Nattu Kaka in Tarak Mehta, he used to do that. Why? Because he was very trouble from the Jethalal that he was not increasing his salary. Then next in the list is high hygiene and low motivation. Now see, you can just remember this example of which right now which I gave you. But if possible, try to derive your own example. Now this is just came to my mind, so I just told to you. But if you are like, this is how concept building will take place. This is how you will write the answers of 400 and 600 words. As simple as that. High hygiene and low motivation. आपके hygiene factors तो बहुत अच्छे हैं, but you are not giving any motivator. This is a job wherein people will come to take salary only. They are not motivated inside. They are not. They do not care what the job is. But my salary is very fat. Therefore, I am coming to my office. Employees have few complaints. Few complaints for what? Hygiene factors. But they are not highly motivated. The job is viewed as paycheck. Paycheck means what? That Anchi sir is paying me 1 crore rupees per month. तो चलो काम कर लेते हैं, but I am not interested in teaching. Why? Because I am having low motivation right now. This kind of situation will be represented with the orange color. Orange means what? Like this particular color which I just showed you. Okay, so this is for me orange. Now you can derive it from your own end. Okay, now let's move ahead. Low hygiene and high motivation. Low hygiene and high motivation. It means what? That कि बंदा काम करने को ready है. For example, I am ready to teach you. I am ready to teach in the best of my abilities, but I have a very low salary. Here again, it will be represented with orange color only. Why? Because something is missing. As simple as that. If both the things are missing, then it will be in the red color. But if something is missing, it will be represented in orange color. And if everything is present, then it will be represented in green color. Now see, low hygiene and high motivation. Employees are motivated, but they have lot of complaints. Like for example, Nattu Kaka, he was like very, very motivated that he has to work in Gada Electronics, but he was not having good salary. Therefore, he was complaining each and every day. Okay. A situation where job is exciting and challenging, but salaries and work condition are not top to par. For example, I am coming every day at 7 a.m. to take the class or 7:30, but the AC is not working, or the tea is not available to me, the coffee is not available to me. So what will happen? This is what the situation of low hygiene and high motivation is. Yesterday was a classic example. Why? Because I was like very motivated that today I will have my first RRR session with multiple students. But the other factors, that is your technology, the computer, these different third party softwares were not working. So this is according to me. Now you just have to make your own example so that the concepts are ingrained in you. Low hygiene and low motivation. Now this is the most negative situation. This will be represented with what? Red. So this is the worst situation, means what? That यहाँ पे बेड़ा गर्क हो गया एक तरीके से, यूं मान लो आप. Okay, यहाँ पे you are not providing them the good salary. You are also not motivating the employees internally. These are the 4 very important implications बोल लो, situations बोल लो, जो आपको बोलना हो as per your श्रद्धा. Okay, so this is what I would say, what 4 situation as per Hansberg is. Now criticism, very easy. How can you differentiate between hygiene as well as, I would say, what satisfiers? This is very subjective. So here again, this becomes your subjectiveness. Now mind you, my friends, whenever I'm giving you homework question related to descriptive, for example, yesterday I give you a question regarding importance of motivation. Now importance of motivation, my friend, this is very basic. What you will increase what? If you are providing motivation to employees, then definitely your employees will become motivated. You will achieve your organizational goals. Your employee satisfaction will improve, so on and so forth. Now, these are the basic things which I will let you know. But if any question is coming regarding criticism of any theory, then definitely you can add the point of subjectivity. Like, how did Maslow only give 5 needs? How did Eldefer did not invented other kind of need? For example, in some people, growth need can be most concrete, so you can definitely have that liberty to expand your view, but that you have to do with the connection of that particular theory. Okay, so here also one of the biggest criticism of Hansberg was what? Subjectivity. Simple, as simple as that. Now yes, one of the most highlighting criticism of Hansberg was that he did a limited experience only covering engineer and accountants. He did not took the general public. General public means what? Like BCom, or I would say general people like me, you, my father, your father, my mother, your mother. He only took the experiment on the specialized people. As simple as that. Now therefore, this particular hygiene versus satisfier debate is applicable for what? Engineers and accountant or specialized fields. What you will do about journal people. Okay, 2-factor theory is an oversimplification of a true relationship between motivation and satisfier. This basically means again the subjectivity point. Okay, you can definitely see that for someone, salary can become a satisfier. But for that someone, you will have to frame an example. For example, Ram is a very poor employee. For him, definitely salary can intrinsically motivate him. So this is again subjectivity which is coming into the field of management. What is true for me, it can become untrue for you. That is what subjectivity means. Next is again the second point and third point. If you see, they are just like based on the same theme. Hansberg inferences regarding differences between hygiene and satisfiers cannot be completely accepted. People generally attribute the causes of satisfaction to their achievement, but more likely they attribute their dissatisfaction to obstacle presented by the company policies and superior than their to their deficiency. This again means what? That you cannot have a clear distinction between what? The two factors. If you understand these 3 points, then definitely the criticism is very easy to understand. Now, Hansberg gave one particular concept which was kita, that is kick in the ass. Now, this is just a kind of a theoretical concept which you have to understand. You have your physical negative kita, negative physical kita. Kita means what? That kick in the ass. Basically, if your employee is not working, then definitely you can give what? Kita. Now, there are three types of kita. There are three types of kita. First is of negative physical kita. It means what? That you are punching your employee. You are giving a negative kind of, I would say, stick, which is a kind of a punishment to your employee so that he starts working. Negative psychological kita. Okay. This means what? That you will be playing certain mind games. Mind games means what? That I have given the promotion to employee. मैंने promotion तो दे दिया है, but I have not given any salary hike. I have not given any salary hike. मैंने promotion दे दिया है, but I have not given any salary hike. So you are playing with their mind. Once an employee come to know that they have been promoted, they will work for good. They will definitely improve their performance. But at the end of the day, you have not given them any salary hike. It means what? That your employee will feel like my boss has played with me. My boss my boss has played with my emotions. Then comes positive kika. Positive kika means what? That you are always positive with your employees. You have given a promotion, plus you have also given a salary hike. So that will be a classic example of positive kika. Understood or not? I hope these are the basic concepts which you have to understand. Now this brings the end to the Hansberg theory as well. But mind you, four most important theories which are mentioned in your syllabus are your Maslow, Eldefer, McClelland, and your Hansberg. Therefore, now we are doing a kind of a relationship thing, that how we will build a relationship between Hansberg, Maslow, Eldefer, and David McClelland. Remember the full names, okay? Maslow ka Abraham Maslow, because definitely they can change the initial name by keeping the same surname, okay? So remember the full name. You do not have to leave any kind of risk, at least in my class. Cover everything as possible. What is the full name of Maslow? Abraham Maslow. Eldefer, it was Clayton Eldefer, if I'm not wrong. David McClelland, and then you have your Frederick Hansberg. एक बार McClelland का कोई check कर लेना, because I'm getting that internal negative vibe कि David McClelland है या कोई और है, okay? But Frederick Hansberg, Clayton Eldefer, and then you have what? Maslow, Abraham Maslow. That I'm sure. David McClelland एक बार आप लोग check कर लेना. Now let's compare Maslow theory to Hansberg model. Now Hansberg have just given two needs, that is your maintenance factors and motivators. Yes, David McClelland, cool. Thank you, Shabnam and Mitesh. सही है, thank you. ठीक है. So sometimes it happens, right? कि अंदर से feeling आ रहा है कि मैं कुछ गलत बोल रहा हूँ, but we have to tell you in the best manner as possible. Now come back to the class. Maslow model and Hansberg theory. Maslow has given 5 needs, but Hansberg has just given 2 factors. Okay. Now please allow me to move ahead. Please focus on the class. Okay. No chit chatting in the chat box. Okay. Now Maslow needs were 5 and Hansberg was 2. Now these are the 5 needs of Maslow. Agreed? I hope you agree or not. Okay. Now then you have your Hansberg, that is motivators and maintenance. Now see, up to your social, that is your, I would say, belongingness needs, each and every category of Maslow will be classified as maintenance factor. Now here salary, personal life, all these are the examples which are given to you. Now what is Maslow never compared his theory with the Hansberg, but Hansberg compared his theory with the Maslow. Maslow never compared his theory with Hansberg, but Hansberg compared his theory as per Maslow. Okay, because Maslow is like a kind of a papa in a big daddy in a kind of motivation. So everyone compares their theory with Maslow. Now, as per Hansberg, if you see social belongingness needs, safety or security needs, and basic needs will be classified as what? Maintenance factors. These are lower level needs, or you can also call them as what? As I told you, hygiene factors. Okay. Now understand one thing. Esteem needs. As I told you, there are two types of esteem needs. It can be higher and it can be lower. So जो lower वाली है, that will again fall into the category of maintenance, but जो high वाली है, that will fall under the category of motivators. इसलिए मैंने यहाँ पे इसको highlight कर दिया है, because esteem has a kind of a different, a kind of a different view in the work of Hansberg. For example, if you are having status, if you are looking for status from other people, then definitely it will be categorized as a lower level of esteem need, and lower level of esteem need as per Hansberg was classified as a maintenance factor. But when it comes to our higher level of esteem need, like recognition from inside, that will be classified as a motivator. Why? Because inside is coming, or motivators are those factors which decide intrinsic motivation. I hope it is very much clear to you. Self-actualization, the full quota, like challenging work, true potential, they will be coming under motivators only. I hope this particular image is very much clear to you. Okay. Very basic to understand if your concepts are clear. अगर आपको Maslow ही नहीं पता तो हंसबर्ग तो क्या ही पता होगा. Okay. Now let's move to the another relationship wherein we are covering different other proponents of needs. Maslow, Alderfer, McClelland, and Hansberg. Now see, lower order needs means what? That first I will try to fulfill them. For example, all my primary needs. Primary needs for whom? Human. I'm not talking regarding animal. Okay. Primary needs will be classified as a lower order need. Now, as per Maslow, it will be your level 1, level 2, level 3. As per Alderfer. Now, Alderfer तो just did a copy paste, right? तो यहाँ पे अगर आप देखोगे, safety and psychological है, so that will be your what? Existing need. Social है तो वो relatedness हो ही गया. So Maslow and Alderfer is very easy to cover once you know the differences between them. Hansberg, as I told you, they will have your hygiene factor as a lower order need. Lower order need means what? That each and every employee will first try to fulfill them. And as per McClelland, you will only have appreciation need. And that is why effective manager will have a lower degree of appreciation need. Okay. So this is your lower order needs. And lower order needs are driven by which factor? Extrinsic motivation. Extrinsic means what? कि जो बाहर से आ रहा है. Salary. Salary is something which is again coming from outside. So there are lower and higher level. Lower means what? That first, each and every rational employee. I'm not talking regarding great personalities of Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, or Sri Prabhupada. Right now, I'm talking regarding what? Journal people like you and me. Okay, so we will definitely want to have a good salary in RBI. Then definitely, once we are settled in RBI, we will want to shake hands with the Honorable Governor of RBI. Okay, which is okay. Then let's talk regarding higher level. Higher level needs are intrinsic motivation. So whatever is left, like for example, in Maslow, esteem and self-actualization. Now, yes, in esteem, you can definitely say the lower level of esteem needs can come under the lower order. But when I'm referring to only esteem, when I'm not doing any differentiation, then it is in higher order need only. So ये भी याद रखना. Once I am doing the differentiation, definitely the cases will be different. But once I am talking only regarding esteem, या फिर आप इसको self esteem भी लिख लो, okay, then it will only come in the higher order need. Managers needs to motivate an individual as per his need. Now this is a very basic statement. I am not explaining this क्योंकि ये 10th class के बच्चे को भी आ जाएगा. Okay. Now satisfiers, growth, achievement and power as per different proponent will come under higher order. Higher order को आप secondary needs भी ले सकते हो. Why secondary needs? Because once I fulfill my lower order need, then with the time I will move ahead in my organization. With the time I will get promotion, and then I will try to fulfill my higher order needs. Very easy image if your concepts are clear. Now allow me to move ahead to McGregor and instinctive. Instinctive is like very easy theory to understand. But mind you, why I have put this particular box of again orange color, because see, in your syllabus clear mention has been done for Maslow, Alderfer, and McClelland and Hansberg. Will it means that you can leave McGregor or instinctive? The answer is no. You will have to cover them because they are like basic theories of motivation. Okay. Definitely here, mind you, my friend, here how many needs were there? 5 plus 3 in the extended were 8. Okay. Alderfer has given 3, which is your ERG. McClelland again has given how many? 3. Then we have your Hansberg, which has given 2. So in each and every, I would say, theory which we have covered till now, we have a specific need. But under McGregor and instinctive, we do not have any specific need. In McGregor, we will talk regarding mindset. Instinctive, we will talk regarding, I would say, biological needs. Okay, now biological needs can have a like endless different types of needs. Some people are hungry, some people are thirsty. So here we do not have a specific number. Therefore, that is the difference between your, I would say, four theories which we have discussed till now, and McGregor and instinctive. Okay, now if you have any doubts regarding Hansberg, allow me to take the doubts in the chat box. I'm waiting for 2 minutes for all the doubts. Nobody will do the chit chat, they will directly ask the question from me. I hope I'm not sounding rude, but yesterday the feedback which I received, because of that, I will have to see. The chat is open, and do let me know whether my speed is good or not. Hello, am I audible to everyone? Everything is going good? Any doubts? So please repeat about esteem. Esteem, Mansi, if I'm taking your name correct. Mansi, we have already covered the esteem needs of higher level and lower level in our first class. So if I repeat it again, definitely it will waste my time as well as your time. So definitely you will have to watch the first class again. Okay. Now, no doubts. Let's move ahead. So I'm putting the chat again on off. Now I'm saying it, but I'm not putting it off so that you do not disturb me when I'm taking the class. Chalo, now let's move ahead. Now we are coming to Douglas McGregor theory. Douglas McGregor again, or you can just call him as McGregor only. As per his particular type, that is, as per Douglas McGregor, there are two mindset. These are two personalities. These are two way via which managers assumes. Kuch bhi bolna, whatever you want to call them as, all are accepted. But the best definition or the best way to define them, the best way to define them, or just give me a second. I am taking one doubt from the YouTube. Okay. Your Joydeep, I think there's some spelling mistake. Please correct it. Then I will take. Now allow me to move ahead. Okay, Douglas McGregor, he gave two types of manager. The first one was theory X and the second one was theory Y. Now आप इसको theory A नहीं बोल सकते और theory B नहीं बोल सकते. Why? Because this is clearly given as per Douglas McGregor. Now understand that what is the meaning of theory X manager. Theory X managers are a kind of those manager which will assume that the employee is lazy. They will assume means what, कि उनके mind के अंदर ये एक assumption बना होगा. For example, once we all were coming today, we all had an assumption that today RRR will be good. So you all had some assumptions and I just delivered that particular assumption. In the same manner, theory X managers, they have certain assumptions which are fed to their mind. First assumption is that all the employees are lazy. All the employees are coming just to have security. Security means what? Salary in their life. They are not coming for any, motivation or something kind of thing. They are just coming to earn the salary on the, I would say, on the first day of the month. Okay. The assumption that employees dislike work. यहाँ पे आप dislike लिख दो. Dislike work means what? That all the employees which are coming in the company, those who are working from 9 to 6, they are just coming for time pass. They are not coming to make the company like a big company. They are just coming to earn their salary, are lazy, dislike responsibilities, and must be coarse. Coarse means what? कि आपको उनको punishment देना होगा, physical harm भी करना होगा, then also it is allowed. So if you remember, I would say in theory X, just remember this keyword, that theory X manager assumes that all the employees are negatively, I would say, associated with different attributes. Different attributes means what? That, for example, laziness. Laziness is a negative attribute according to me. All the employees are just coming for, enjoying a kind of work. They are not coming, they do not have any passion. So again, it is a kind of a negative thing. So theory X के लिए सारे के सारे employees will be like a कामचोर kind of thing. Then comes theory Y. Now these are like two different sides of the river. One side is theory X, other side is theory Y. Theory Y people are those theory Y managers will assume all the positive aspects, or all the positive, I would say, what? Attributes of the employee. For example, here theory X feels that employee are lazy. Here I will write employees are not lazy. All the employees love their work. All the employees are passionate about their work. So all these are the mindset of what? Theory Y managers. So theory Y managers assumption is that employees like work. Again, positive हुआ नहीं हुआ. I hope you agree. Are creative. Creative is again a kind of what? Positive attribute. Seek responsibility. Again, it is a kind of a positive attribute. Can exercise self-direction. Self-direction means what? That I do not have to use any force. I do not have to use any coercive measure. Coercive यानी क्या होता है? That you are punishing your employee with the, I would say, different punishments. That is what you have to understand regarding theory X and theory Y. Now, for example, if Anchit sir has a confidence in me that I can take a very good class, for that particular assumption, then I will say that Anchit sir is a theory Y manager because he is assuming something good for me. But once Anchit sir comes into the class and once he displaces me, once he says that Jalaj, you are not a good teacher, then he will be classified in theory X. Now, your parents also sometimes can be theory X and theory Y, depending upon your situation. Okay. Now, theory X, theory Y. Now, let's see what are the big, I would say, differences between them. Authoritarian and controlling. Authoritarian and controlling means what? That I will just give directions and I will not look for the feedback from the employees. Feedback means what? That I will just say, Ki Jalaj, you have to do this thing, or let me take some random name from the chat so that I have examples. Abhi. I'm taking the name of Abhi. Okay, I'm just giving directions to Abhi that Abhi, you have to do that. Abhi, you have to do this. I will not look to the feedback of Abhi. Then controlling means what? I will make sure that I will control each and activity which is done by my subordinate, which is Abhi. Okay, so basically theory X manager are a kind of a hard task master. Hard task master. Use threat and punishment. This I have already told you that they are coerced. Now, here is the most important thing, carrot and stick approach. Carrot and stick approach basically tells you what? That your manager will be using this particular approach, which we call it as carrot and stick. Now, here carrot is a reward. Carrot is a reward. This donkey is an employee. Okay, so if I erase everything so that I can explain you in a good manner. Okay, this carrot is an reward. Okay, this donkey is an employee. This person who is sitting on the donkey is a manager, and he has its two hands. In the first hand, he is using a reward, that is the carrot, and there is one more, I would say, stick, that is your punishment. So basically, if the employee is not working good, then stick will come into the picture. That is the punishment will come. But if an employee is working good, that will be motivated by this carrot. So donkey will move ahead if he is seeing carrot. If he is not moving, then definitely stick padegi. As simple as that. So carrot and stick approach is basically a reward and punishment reward. Reward is your carrot, stick is your punishment. This is used by your theory X. More about carrot and stick approach, we will understand in the leadership chapter. Okay, theory Y managers are those kind of managers which are democratic and consultative. Now, what is democratic, what is participative, that I will explain you in leadership chapter. But right now, just understand that democratic and consultative will enjoy feedback from the employees. For example, if I'm again writing the name of Abhi, I will ask Abhi whether you enjoyed the class or not. Then he will give me the feedback. In this case, I am having assumptions of theory Y. Empowering and encouraging, I will motivate my employees. As simple as that. So this is the big difference between theory X and theory Y. Now, also remember, this particular leadership or this particular, I would say, management style or motivational style of theory X can be followed on those particular things where employees are not listening to you. Basically, if superior is giving the order and employees are not listening to them, then definitely the superior will be using theory X. For example, in the very second slide of my today's class, I told you that there should be no blah blah kind of thing. So on that particular moment, I was theory X manager. But once I enjoy feedback from you, once I getting feedback for you, then definitely I'm becoming a theory Y. So ऐसा नहीं है कि each and every person will be only theory X. They can definitely change their situation depending upon the participants which they are addressing to. So good for repetitive and disciplined tasks like assembly production and so on and so forth. So here, mind you, the employees are kind of illiterate. If my employees are illiterate, then definitely I will be using theory X only. But if my employees are experienced, they are like the knowledge, they are knowledgeable. In that case, I will use theory Y. Mind you, theory Y is very important for long-term perspective. Because see, even if you have any illiterate employee, you can train him. And if you are training him in that particular training period, definitely you can use theory X. But once that illiterate employee becomes a literate employee, illiterate becomes a literate, he is now knowledgeable. In that case, you will definitely use what? Theory Y manager. That is what the big difference between theory X and theory Y is. Now, see, what are the differences? First is the level of needs. Now, theory X I would say managers, they assume that Maslow lower order needs any level 1, level 2 and level 3, right? I have just shown you the levels. This is my this that is a lower order need, level 1, level 2 and level 3, or social belongingness needs. Till social belongingness needs will be present in theory X. But as per theory Y, you will have your level 5 and level 4. That is theory Y. So basically, theory X manager believes that all the employees are guided by 1, 2, 3 needs of Maslow. But as per theory Y, he believes that employees are also having self-actualization and esteem needs. Situations applicable to handle unskilled and uneducated. Uneducated is illiterate. But here I will definitely, in theory Y, all my employees are knowledgeable, very easy. Locus of control. Locus of control basically tells you that how you can control yourself or to others as well. Theory X people lack self-motivation and has an external locus of control. They require close supervision to get maximum output. Now focus over here. Theory X people lack self-motivation. Lack self-motivation means what? That my employee who is coming to the job, he will just come for the paycheck. He is just coming for salary. He is not coming for any motivation and has an external locus of control. External means what? That if there is no achievement of theory X manager, then he will start blaming others. मैं बाहर locus of control रखूंगा. I will not blame myself. Whereas when theory Y when we talk regarding theory Y, we assume that people are self-directive and creative and they prefer self-control. Self-control means what? That employee will definitely set certain goals for themselves by their own manners. They will set their own standards. Like we have need of achievement, right? So need of achievement, people will also be definitely be guided by theory Y. But once I talk regarding need of appreciation, they will definitely come under theory X manager assumption. So locus of control, if it is external, then it is theory X manager assumption. And if it is internal, that is people believe in themselves, then it will be theory Y manager. Okay. Centralization and decentralization. Centralization basically is empowered in theory X. Decentralization is empowered in theory Y. Of centralization, decentralization, I will explain you in journal management classes. But right now, I'm just telling you the basic. Centralization basically means that there is only one boss. Centralization basically means there are only one boss. So in theory X, I will focus only on the one boss, which will be my manager. But decentralization means that there are multiple bosses. So that is what your theory Y says. Because see, each and every employee is knowledgeable. For example, today I cannot go and lecture Kritika ma'am. She is an expert in the ESI field. So right now I have to follow theory Y if I'm training Kritika ma'am. Okay. Because she has its own knowledgeable level. Okay. But once she do not have any knowledge of ESI, then I will have to use theory X. So you have to see that what is your level of employee and whom you are training with. Leadership, autocratic and participative. Participative को democratic बोल लो, consultative बोल लो. Autocratic के अंदर I will not value the feedback. In I would say theory Y, definitely I will value the feedback. Now these are the big differences between theory X and theory Y. Very easy to understand. अगर आपने से mindset का खेल समझ लिया है तो. Mindset means what? Here the mindset will be negative. Of whom? Mindset of manager. Here the mindset will be positive of the manager. I hope it is very much clear now. Now we are coming to a, I would say what? Now we are coming to a, Nandu Kumar is asking, please explain centralization and decentralization. Wait, centralization is basically one boss policy. Basically today, for example, in EduTap, if there is Anchi sir only who is taking all the decisions, then we will call centralization as we will call EduTap as centralized organization. But today in EduTap, we have different exam leads. For example, we have XYZ, we have PQR. Now I'm not revealing the exact names, but I'm just telling you. For example, I am currently the head of finance and management. So there is a decentralized environment. Why? Because there are different bosses. So once you have different bosses in the organization via which power will be distributed. In centralization, power is only with the one person. For example, Hitler was the most centralized person. Why? Because he do not distribute any power. But if you see the Indian government, there is prime minister who will have its own power. President has its own power. Member of parliaments, they have their own power. So Indian economy can be an example of decentralization. This is the difference. Okay. Now allow me to move ahead. Now see, theory X and theory Y were given by which personality? Douglas MacGregor. But based on this particular manager assumptions, there was another category which was invented, which was theory Z. Okay, theory Z, managers भी लगाओ यहाँ पे. जब भी you are writing the keyword that is theory X, write manager also. Theory X क्या? Theory X managers. It means what? Those managers which are following the mindset of theory X. This is the way via which you will make your answers look more professional. Theory Z basically was given by one particular personality, which was William Uchi. So please remember that this particular theory was not given by MacGregor. Right now, please remember, MacGregor अपन ने कर लिया है, that is theory X and theory Y. But now we are discussing regarding theory Z. Now this particular theory was given by William Uchi. Okay, विलियम. अब ऊची को आप लोग यूं भी लिख सकते हो, आउची भी लिख सकते हो, और ऊची. ओके, बट यू जस्ट हैव टू रिमेंबर इट वाज विलियम ऊची. नाउ व्हाट इज द कंटेक्स्ट ओवर हियर? बेसिकली in the back period of 1900s, or I would say somewhere around 19 by the end of 19th century, something like that, there was one person which was William Uchi. He compared two countries. First country was Japan and the other country was our very own USA. Okay, so basically he compared two countries. Why he compared two countries? Because he wanted to understand the difference between managers over here. He just said that the managers of the country of Japan are very productive. They are very productive, but the managers of the country of America or USA, they are not that much productive. So he compared which two countries, Japan and USA, and he came to a conclusion that what Japan is doing right and what America is not doing right. And therefore he released one book. This particular book, if you see, it has a red dot, and if you see the Japanese national flag, they also have a red dot. So basically, how American business can meet the Japanese challenges. This basically tell you that how American businesses can learn from the Japanese business, and how then America businessmen or managers can improve their life. So after analyzing the same, he wrote the book name as Theory Z. He propagated that Theory Z influences by Japanese style. Japanese style of what? Managers. Okay, because manager has to motivate their employees, to be followed by American companies to compete with the Japanese companies. And mind you, Japan again is a very big economy. USA also is a very big economy. So what USA can learn from Japan, that was written in this particular book. Now, do you have the time to read the book? Definitely no. Do not go that much deep, but just remember the important features. For example, principles of theory X, Z, managers. They believe that they have the following mindset. So यहाँ पे हम लोग theory Z का discuss कर रहे हैं. First is strong bond between company and employees. It means what? That company should feel for employees, employees should feel for company. There should be a long-term association between company and employees. And mind you, long-term employment with no layoffs. Layoff किसकी तरफ से होते हैं? Company की तरफ से. So that should not happen. Then comes paternalistic style of management. Now see, democratic, autocratic, laissez-faire, पैटर्नलिस्टिक, नार्किसिस्टिक लीडरशिप, ये हम लोग लीडरशिप में कवर करेंगे. बट राइट नाउ व्हाट इज पैटर्नलिस्टिक? पैटर्नलिस्टिक मींस व्हाट? दैट देयर विल बी वन हेड ऑफ द फैमिली, head of the family, and that particular head of the family will take care of all the family members. So for example, we will have the CEO of the company, who is the head of the company, and he will make sure that he is taking the care of all the employees of the company. So this is again the assumptions which were made by which manager? Theory Z manager. Mutual trust. Now this is very easy. If you are having strong bond, then definitely you will have a mutual trust or high confidence between your employees and the top level management. Human resource development. Human resource development means what? That you will have to empower your employee. Empower your employee with what? Empower your employee with skills, empower your employee with motivation, empower your employee with good qualities. For that, you can use job rotations and constant training. Now, once I'm training my employees, definitely currently I am in the process of training of making concept notes. So I'm definitely adding a knowledge in myself. Okay, this is what a training of my currently I'm going through. Now, what is job rotation? Job rotation is basically you are rotating between different jobs. For example, job 1 is about taking classes. Job 2 is about making concept notes. Job 3 will be about handling student queries. So for example, currently I'm taking classes. After this class, I have to go and make the notes. After that particular task ends, then I have to go and perform job 3. So this is what job rotation is. Now see, if I'm able to handle all these jobs very accurately, very correctly, then definitely my all the skills level will increase, and definitely you will have your human resource development. Human यानी यहाँ पे हम लोग, okay? So that is we will develop our knowledge. integrated structure, no formal structure was recommended by theory Z. फॉर्मल स्ट्रक्चर बेसिकली यानी होता है कि एक ही बॉस होगा और उसके डिफरेंट डिफरेंट सबऑर्डिनेट्स होंगे, दैट इज अ फॉर्मल स्ट्रक्चर. बट एज पर थ्योरी जेड there should be no integrated structure, or I would say there should be an integrated structure. Sorry, just listen to this point again. There should be an integrated structure. Integrated means what? Formal plus informal. Basically, अगर आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में सिर्फ फॉर्मल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, इफ यू आर ओनली फॉलोइंग द फॉर्मल, then definitely all the employees will be reporting to only one manager. But if you add informal means what? That there should be allowed a kind of chit chatting. Employees should feel like they are working in the team. So informal plus formal will become integrate. You will have to make sure that there should be not only formal, कि सिर्फ formal ही ना हो, formal plus informal भी हो. Now more about it we will understand in the class of communication, because अभी अगर मैंने formal और informal start कर दिया, definitely it will confuse you. But right now just remember that there should be an integrated structure, not one particular structure. Okay, now allow me to move ahead. HRD is human resource development. This is your HRD. This is the full form of HRD. आप कैसे अपने employees को motivate करते हो, that is what your HRD is. Okay, now let's move ahead. Now we have another different principles. Collective responsibility means what? Emphasis on the group responsibility as it reproof inter-group rivalry. For example, there are 5 different people who are working in the sales team, but this particular sales team failed to meet the sales target. Now can I only put the blame on one person? According to theory Z, you cannot do it. You will have to say that this whole team has fallen down. Why? Because you have to take a collective responsibility. Now take the vice versa side. For example, they have succeeded in their role. Now can I give the successful attributes to only one person? According to theory Z, you cannot do it. You will have to celebrate the success of the whole team. So there should be we and there should be no I. So this is what collective responsibility means. Down up decision making. Now this is the most important feature जो अभी तक मैं blah blah करा है. This is the most important feature. Ringy system. Ringy system is that particular system in which you will have your superiors, your bosses basically, they will sit with what? They will sit on the common table with your subordinates, and then they will decide that what has to be done in the future. कि sir हमारे goals ये है, sir these are our problems, please listen to us. All these subordinates will give certain suggestions also to the superior that sir we are facing some problems in the production line, kindly improve the AC over there. So that will be your ringy system. Basically under ringy system, your subordinates will sit with the superior and they will tell the topper level, or I would say the topmost level, that these are the feedback, these are your suggestions, please try to implement them. ये एक standout feature है, बाकी सब तो it is like very easy to understand. Employment of quality circles. Now quality circles I will explain you tomorrow. Okay, that or not tomorrow, on Monday I would make. Basically under quality circles, different employees. For example, 2 employees, they are coming together and they are having a chit chat in the coffee table in the cafeteria of the office, and they are discussing that what we can do ahead in our office, what are some improvements which we can do. Okay, so basically this particular theory Z, basically if you see, they seek what? Here we have collective responsibility. Because of that, we also need to make sure that there are quality circles. Quality circle is a kind of an informal way to motivate an employee. It is an informal way. Informal means what? That I will allow Ram and Sham to have a discussion about their fight. They can solve this particular fight by themselves. So that is quality circles. You will just have a chit chat in a productive manner. Okay. No unions. No unions means what? That there should be no union versus company fight. There should be a kind of a mutual, I would say what, understanding between all the employees and the company. Equality in the terms of common uniforms, canteen, parking. This is a very general, I would say what, statement. For example, if I come from Kota, Rajasthan. Okay, here we have one big institution which is Allen. Okay, you might have heard about it. Basically over Allen, if you see, the principal director of Allen, which is Mr. Maheshwari, he wears the same dress which all the different other employees of the Allen wears. Why? Because he believes in equality. All the teachers of Allen wear the same dress code, be it the principal director, be it the junior teacher as well. They will wear the same same white plain shirt with the creamy color trousers. Okay, so that is equality in the terms of uniform. So this was again given by theory Z. Now on that note, we have covered McGregor, theory X and theory Y. Plus remember, we have also covered William Uchi theory Z. ओके, सो थ्योरी जेड अलग से है, याद रखना, मैकग्रीगर का प्रोडक्ट नहीं है. नाउ वी आर कवरिंग अ वेरी स्मॉल थ्योरी विच इज इंस्टिंक्टिव थ्योरी ऑफ मोटिवेशन. इंस्टिंक्टिव थ्योरी is all about that humans are motivated by the need to survive. Need to survive means what? That all our actions will be dependent upon instincts. For example, currently I'm looking for feedback from you. Why? Because I have to know that whether I'm going on the right track or whether there are certain loopholes which are in my class. For example, yesterday I received one feedback from one student who I'm not announcing in my class, but that particular feedback was genuine. Okay, so I implemented that feedback in my today's class. Why I am implementing it? Because I am motivated by my instincts. Why? Because I have to take and I have to make my class as the best class in EduTap. Okay. Now see, one baby is crying. That particular baby is crying just because of food. So that will be your instinctive theory. यहाँ पे आपको biological needs का भी याद रखना होगा. Biological needs means what? That to urinate is my biological need. To have a food on the morning, evening, as well as, sorry, morning, afternoon, and dinner, that is also my biological need. To drink water, that is also my biological need. To have different, I would say, basic clothes on my body, that is also my biological need. So you will have your biological needs. Because of those needs, because of those motives, if you are getting motivated, then you are being motivated as per instinctive theory of motivation. A dog barking when he faces the danger, so this danger will become the instinct for him. Instinct means what? Ki you will face that particular situation, you will face that situation, and that particular situation will create what? Tension. Tension से क्या होगा? Goal directed behavior. Okay, and then you will be satisfied or not, then feedback. So a dog is barking when he is seeing the danger, then definitely he will be doing something to avoid that particular tension or to avoid that particular danger. In this particular concept, you will also should remember a concept of homeostasis. Homeostasis is that particular concept which was given by a person who was known as Clark Hull. Okay, instinctive theory का there is no proponent. अभी तक तो मुझे नहीं पता है, but if you all remember, you can definitely tell me. There is no proponent of instinctive theory, but there is one gentleman which was Clark Hull. Clark Hull, again, this particular theory of homeostasis was again given by one personality, Clark Hull. He also said that all the different individuals are just motivated because of what? Biological needs. If I am very hungry, then definitely I will have my food. If I'm very thirsty, then I will have a glass of water. Homeostasis is that particular state, mind you, यहाँ पे एक definition लिख रहा हूं मैं, is that particular state wherein all my biological needs are fulfilled. All my biological needs are fulfilled. If it is not fulfilled, then definitely I will do my goal directed behavior. So if I summarize everything regarding instinctive theory, if you are basically motivated by the instincts, if you are basically motivated by the need to survive, today I have to eat food because I have to survive. I have to drink water so that my platelets level in the body are in the good shape. If I'm exercising in the gym so that I become very good in my life, I become very muscular, I become very smart. So all these will be given by which? Instinctive theory. Okay. Concept of homeostasis was given by Clark Hull. Okay. So this is what basically all the content based theories of motivation is. Now allow me, it's like basic needs. Yes, you have to fulfill your basic needs. Now we have finished our content theories of motivation in the best manner as possible. Now, mind you, my friend, I have covered maximum of the part of your concept notes only. But remember, there are certain topics which you can read it by yourself. And these topics are just there for your knowledgeable purpose. So topic number 5 of concept notes, 6 and 7, you have to read it by yourself. Now, importance of motivation. इसको तो आपको पढ़ने की जरूरत भी नहीं होनी चाहिए. Why? Because you can yourself derive some points. Like motivation will increase the employees' morale. They will definitely increase the satisfaction of employees. It will reduce the absenteeism in the company. Employees will feel definitely that they are empowered. So these are the journal points. Now there are only 3 pages for you to do a read and homework. Okay, basic है, कुछ ज्यादा बड़ा नहीं है, और एग्जाम पे तो बहुत कम चांसेस है कि ये आएगा, but still read it for your knowledgeable purpose. Now allow me to move ahead, and now we are covering the process theories. Okay, so it's 9 in the 9 a.m. of the morning. Definitely I will run the class till 10 a.m. Okay, so everything is going good, and if you are feeling good, then please let me know in the chat box. Till then, allow me to have some water. Everything is going good. See, So is there a need to remember? No, Neeraj, there is no need to remember all the principles, but you have to remember that ringy system which I told you. वो आपको याद रखना ही होगा. Everything going good? मजा आ रहा है पढ़ने में? Are you all enjoying the class? Even I need a break, but I am not carrying a water bottle, but don't worry. Okay, so definitely if you have enjoyed the class, do share the feedback on hello@edutap.co.in, because definitely that will motivate a poor fellow like me. On that note, let's take the class ahead. Let's not waste our time. Okay, so from tomorrow onwards, we will keep a break of 2 minutes so that even I can take a rest. But don't worry, I am fully energized. Cool. Now let's move ahead and and yes, in the when I finish my motivation, then definitely we have to solve some questions as well, because that will definitely empower you. They will provide you good confidence. Now we are covering the process based. Now, what is process based theories? Here you will not find any need. Here we will talk regarding a particular process. Okay, then only we can have a difference between our content and process based theory. So which notes are enough for exam purpose? Concept notes. Summary sheet are only for revision purpose. Okay. Chalo. Process based theories of motivation. Process based theories of motivation. First, we will talk regarding Broom and Adam. Now, what is process based theories? We have discussed that yesterday also, so I'm not repeating it again. Yesterday, I mean day before yesterday, I mean. So first, let's cover Broom expectancy theory. A very easy theory, because here we just have to understand one particular process. As per this theory, now this particular theory was given by Victor Vroom. Okay, now again I am 95% sure that I am giving you the correct name, but एक बार इसको check कर लेना आप. Okay, as per this theory, individuals motivation is put forth by the determined by a rational calculation. Calculation means what? That you will have to do a multiplication over here. You will not do any addition over here by asking 3 questions. Now here your motivational force or your motivation, simply your motivation force is as good as your motivation, will be determined by 3 factors. First is expectancy, second is your instrumentality, and the third one is your valency. Basically under this, what happens is an individual will ask for 3 different things. Yes, Victor Vroom. Thank you, Sneha. Cool. Let's move ahead now. Let's move ahead. Now, please do not leave the class, because that demotivates the teacher. But let's move ahead. Even if 2 students are there, I will teach it. Cool. Motivational force. Motivational force can be given as per Victor Vroom, expectancy into instrumentality and valency. Expectancy is that particular thing which will link your efforts to performance. को याद रखना ही रखना है. Okay, now I will explain you what is efforts to performance. Instrumentality will link your performance to your outcomes, and outcome is and valency is all about that how you are valuing your outcome. Okay, basically, if you first remember what is expectancy. Expectancy is the relationship between efforts and performance. You will ask one question to yourself: will my effort lead to an high performance? For example, you all are preparing for RBI Grade B. Will your effort lead to an high performance in phase 1, phase 2, and interview? Because there are 3 phases, right? So currently you will ask a question that if I come on the live classes daily, if I solve multiple mocks, if I ask multiple doubts, so on and so forth. So if I am doing that particular effort, will that particular effort will lead to an high performance on phase 1, on phase 2, or on interview? If the answer is yes, then your expectancy will be high. आपकी expectancy high रहेगी if the answer is yes. But if the answer is no, if you feel that Jalal sir is a bad teacher, Anchi sir is a bad teacher, I will not be able to perform well, then definitely your expectancy will be on the lower side. So if yes, then it is in higher side. If it is no, then you will fall down the ladder. Instrumentality. Once your performance is derived, for example, on phase 1, you have scored like good marks and you have cleared it. Phase 2, maybe you have cleared it. Now you are appearing interview. Will that particular performance will give you an outcome? Now on interview, again, you have just cleared the interview. Congratulations, you have become an RBI Grade B officer. Now here you have just performed. On that particular performance, will you need an outcome? For example, you wanted to become an RBI Grade B officer just because you want to serve the Indian economy and you want to serve the Indian financial system. This is an outcome. Outcome means what? कि आपका final goal है या नहीं है. Simple. If you become an RBI Grade B officer, definitely you can serve the Indian economy and the Indian financial system by multiple measures. So again, your performance, if it is very Very positive, I would say. If it is very positive, definitely you will see the outcome in the case of RBI grade B. For example, if you are clearing BBF, that is your jab, with all due respect, okay, to this particular exam. Okay, if you clear JAP, will you be able to serve the Indian economy? The answer will be no. Why? Because this is just a plain paper. But if you clear RBI grade B, my friend, that is a big success. Why? Because you will be able to serve the Indian economy in the best manner as possible. So here again, if the answer is yes, that yes, I will be able to serve the Indian economy or the Indian financial system, then your instrumentality will be high. If it is low, then it will be no. Or if it is no, then the instrumentality level will be low. And then comes your valence. Valence means what? Or valency or valence, whatever you want to call it as. Okay. Do I found the outcomes desirable? Desirable means what? That, for example, once I am becoming an RBI grade B officer, I am achieving an outcome. I am and achieving an outcome. What is the outcome? That I am able to serve the Indian economy and Indian financial system. But what is the value of that particular outcome? That will depend for you. For example, Ram is there and Mr. Rohan is there. For Mr. Rohan, this particular outcome is as good as waste. He do not want to serve the Indian economy. But for Mr. Ram, they both have cleared the RBI grade B exam. Mr. Ram has cleared the exam for salary. Okay, but Mr. Ram has cleared the exam for service. Okay, for service. Then definitely for Mr. Ram, the valency will be very high. Why? Because for him, the outcome level has been achieved and he will value that particular outcome. But for Mr. Rohan, if this is the outcome, that is Indian economy and Indian financial system, in that case it will be low. Okay, so basically if you remember the whole picture again, expectancy will link your efforts to performance. Expectancy का E याद रख लेना, E से ही यहाँ पे effort आएगा, effort से performance. Instrumentality में IP and valency में it's like rewards only. So this is how you have to remember it. Now rewards can be having three different values. Valency can have three different values: -1, 0 and 1. 0 is all about apathy. Apathy means what? कि मुझे फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता है, जो हम लोगों ने उसमें भी पढ़ा था, किसमें, consequences of a negative feedback वाले में. -1 means what? That I do not want to take this outcome. For example, if I talk regarding Mr. Rohan, Mr. Rohan has cleared the RBI grade B job for salary, then he will be definitely be demotivated, because currently the outcome which we are talking is regarding Indian economy. For him, the outcome was salary. Okay, so -1 means what? That I do not want to become an RBI grade B officer, because RBI grade B officer are serving the Indian economy and Indian financial system. So -1 के अंदर you will try to avoid the outcome. 0 के अंदर you are indifferent, that yes, RBI grade B clear हो गया, I am happy, but at the same time, I'm not that happy. Okay. +1 means what? That I am on the 7th floor. I am on the 7th floor of happiness. So these are your valency levels, and it will depend upon person to person. It will depend upon the outcome of that particular person. Now let's take the example of Mr. Subu. Mr. Subu, again, he has to increase the sales in his company. Now, for example, he will first ask himself in the expectancy. He will ask, sir, will I be able to increase the sale if I am working hard? Here he is working hard means what? That he is looking for effort. Effort से क्या होगा? Performance. Okay, so expectancy will link your effort to performance. Instrumentality will definitely link what? Performance to an outcome. Okay, so will I get a promotion? Here for Mr. Subu, what is the outcome? Promotion. Will I get a promotion if I increase the sales? Performance तो common ही रहेगी. Performance यहाँ पे भी वही है, यहाँ पे भी वही है. Now, valence means what? That how Mr. Subo will value this particular promotion. If he gets promotion, then definitely he will be posted to the higher, you can say, headquarter. Does promotion really matter? If the answer is yes, then the valency level will be +1. If the answer is like, I do not care, then it will be 0. But if it is like, I do not need a promotion, then it will be -1. Okay, so this is what you have to remember, that what is valency, instrumentality, and expectancy. I'm very, very specific. Just remember the basic examples which I have given to you. Now we are coming to certain factors. Certain factors regarding what? That what defines your expectancy, what defines your instrumentality. Okay, now see, self-efficiency is your internal capability. Internal capability of what? That how self-capable you are. For example, currently I have a very self-efficiency that I can do a live class. I am very confident. So my self-efficiency will be high. Okay. Goal difficulty. Goal difficulty basically tells you what? That if your goal is very difficult, then definitely your expectancy will fall. Why? Because you will not do any efforts only. Mind you, expectancy is what? Effort to performance, right? Effort to performance. Now go back to the first step. Self efficiency. If I am internally very capable, I can take this live class, I can crack RBI grade B, then my effort, that is my expectancy, will be high. So if your self efficiency is high, your expectancy will be high. Okay. If your goal is very difficult, you cannot do it, then your expectancy will fall. So understand this thing. यहाँ पे कोई linear relationship नहीं है. You will have to understand the concept and then draw out the relationship. Perceive control. Perceive control means what? That currently I am in the control of this class. I am the mentor. I am the controller. I am the moderator of this class. If my control is high, then definitely my expectancy will be high. Okay, so these are the factors which will affect your expectancy. Now here we are going deep and we are understanding that how expectancy is decided. For example, if my self efficiency is as good as waste, I am as good as waste, then definitely my expectancy will be low, or my expectancy answer will be no, and my expectancy level will be low. Okay, do not get confused with the words. If my effort is low, or my effort, the answer over here, if will my effort lead to an high performance, if I'm saying no, then definitely my expectancy will be low. So do not get confused between the words. Okay. So Mitesh is asking, so valency is zero, then motivation is zero. Definitely you can say it in a journal sense. Basically you will be indifferent कि अगर आपको वो मिले या नहीं मिले, you are like as much simple as that. You will not be like I will crack the heaven to get this particular subject. If you get it, you are okay. If you do not get it, you are not. ठीक है, चलता है जिंदगी में इतना कुछ, kind of that. Self efficiency basically means that skill sets that the employee has. Yes, you can definitely say it, Avinash. Self efficiency is basically your capacities. Can I do this task? For example, do I have the skills to perform the live class? If the answer is yes, then your self efficiency will be high. Okay, so that is what self efficiency is. Now let's come to instrumentality. Instrumentality will link your performance to an outcome. Now outcome is nothing, it is just the goal which you are trying to achieve. First is trust. Trust of what? Trust between your employees and companies. Basically, if employee is not trusting the company, for example, Mr. Subu has increased the sales, he has increased the sales, but company is trying to play a physical, or I would say a mental game with him. Earlier the company said that yes, Mr. Subu, you will get an increment of 15%, but right now they are just giving 3% increment. So that will reduce the instrumentality of Mr. Subu. Once the instrumentality is reduced, your motivation will definitely fall. Why? Because motivation is a product of expectancy, instrumentality, and valency. Okay, so trust between employees and company, or by company I mean the top level superiors, should be high. Once that is high, then only you can say the performance or the instrumentality will increase. Company policies. Company policies basically means, again, if you are doing a performance, आपने performance कर दी, but still the company is not rewarding you. Company policies was very strict. Company policies are very autocratic. Then also your performance will move to negative side. So company's policy should be flexible so that the employee can feel motivated. Rewards valency ka, as I told you, just remember the figures which I have told you. As per Vroom, it is a perception that has the value individual places certain goals. This explains that certain goals are influenced by his or her efforts. This basically again means what? That this particular theory is based on perception. Perception means what? For someone, salary is the biggest motivator. For them, valency will be high. Okay, but for them, salary is not everything. They want to serve the Indian economy. For them, the valency will be -1 as well. So it is based on the perception. This whole theory is based on perception, and therefore, my friend, that also becomes a criticism over here. Okay, this is what you have to understand. Now, this is your criticism of what? Vroom expectancy theory. Now see, if your expectancy becomes zero, your instrumentality is high, your valency is also high, then definitely your motivational force will become zero. Why? Because zero multiplied by anything will be zero only. Agreed or not? If I multiply 100 into zero, if I'm multiplying 100 into 0, it means what? I will get 0. If I'm multiplying 1 lakh with 0, I will again get 0. So, as per Victor Vroom, he did not pay any attention to one particular element. आपके तीनों के तीनों ज़्यादा अच्छे होने चाहिए. You should have high valency, you should have high instrumentality, and you should have high expectancy. Then only your motivation will be high. ओके, सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द मेजर क्रिटिसिज्म. अगर इंस्ट्रूमेंटैलिटी जीरो हो गई या इंस्ट्रूमेंटैलिटी लो हो गई, देन एंटायर मोटिवेशन विल बी लो. So this is what the meaning of this zero is. Then you have excessive trust on manager. For example, if I am doing my best, I am doing my best to explain all the concepts to you, all the different concepts to you, but you are not coming in my class. You are not sharing the feedback. You are not letting me know whether the class are going good or not. Then definitely I will become demotivated. Why? Because there is no two-way communication. There is no trust between us. And whenever trust breaks, your motivation will fall. Why? Because trust is a factor of instrumentality. Agreed or not? And then we have subjectivity. For some, this particular cake is very tasty. For some, this particular cake is very bad. So this is why perception, I told you, right? For some, salary is the biggest motivator. For them, valency will be one. But for some, for some, salary can be a biggest, I would say, drawback as well. So they will, for them, it will become -1 because they want to serve the Indian economy once they clear the RBI Grade B. So this is what the criticism of, I would say, Victor Vroom theory is all about. Just remember the basic things, that how you are doing a relationship between efforts to performance, performance to outcome, and then outcome, if outcome is achieved, then how you are valuing it. As simple as that. Okay, so this is what your Vroom expectancy theory is. Now we are moving to Adam equity theory. Okay, I don't know what is happening to the YouTube class. YouTube people, are you all connected? YouTube people, are you all connected or sleeping? Now let's move to the Adam equity theory. Adam equity theory is very basic theory to understand. Here we will just compare our inputs to outputs. Now understand this theory in a very basic manner. Okay. See, Hansberg theory, according to me, it is toughest to understand. If you have understood that theory, then all the other theories are very easy to understand. Now see, under Vikram, I would say, sorry, Adam theory, full name is John Stacey Adam. Again, 99% confirm, but you can still have your cross check if you want to have. John Stacey Adams. Okay, so he is the proponent of this particular, I would say, Adams equity theory. Now, here again, we have compared two things. What are two things? Input and output. Mind you, in the process based theory, I have not given you one specific name. I have not given you one specific need. I have not given you any specific need which will motivate an individual. I am talking regarding a process. Instrumentality hogi, then you moves to expectancy, and then you moves to outcomes, valency, sorry. So this is a process. Okay, this is a process. Mind you, under this also, under Adam equity theory also, we will talk regarding a process. Therefore, they are a process based theory. So I can see on the YouTube, Gauri, Tishika, they all are connected. So good. Now understand what is my Zoom chat saying? Yes, James Stacey Asen. John Stacey Adam is the correct name if I'm not wrong. Okay. Chalo. Now let's move ahead. Now, what are my inputs and what are my outputs? Just understand that. Inputs are those things which I'm feeding to the organization. Feeding means what? That I am giving myself to the organization. Okay. For example, the time. Currently, I am waking up regularly at 5:30 because I have to conduct a class on 7:30. So this is the input which I am giving to EduTap. I am giving my time. I'm giving my efforts. For last 2 hours, I am continuously speaking. For very first slide, I have introduced the concept of RRR. So all these are my inputs, which I'm giving to whom? I'm not giving to you. I'm giving to EduTap. And indirectly, I'm giving to you because you are the customers of EduTap. Just understand it in the business format. Okay. So input means what? These employees, this is the different qualities and quantities which an employee give to the company. Whereas outputs are those things which you will get from the company. For example, output are those, for example, you give me a feedback. So that will become an output for me, that I will understand that how my classes are going. Salary, uh, salary, salary again is a classic example of output. Employee benefits, pension, security plans, all they will become what? Benefits which I will get from the company. For example, EduTap give me good recognition. People at EduTap, they value my knowledge, they value my different things. So that is again what my recognition is. So this is input and output. According to John Stacey Adam, your input should be is equals to output. Then only a person will be motivated. If your inputs, अगर आपके inputs are not equals to output, by which I mean what, कि या तो आपके input ज्यादा होगा output से, या फिर आपके output कम और input, sorry, the same situation होगी. First situation can be what? That your inputs are more than outputs. Second situation can be what? Your outputs are more than the input. If this is the case, then your employee will not be motivated. आपको equilibrium बनाना ही पड़ेगा between your inputs and outputs. Okay. So this you have to understand. This you have to please focus on. Okay. Inputs are more than outputs. If that is the case, then your employee will not be motivated. If basically if there is an imbalance between input and output, your employee will not be motivated. Okay. Now understand the concept of equity norm and social comparison. Equity norm basically means what? That your input should be is equals to output. अगर ये नहीं है, then your employee will become demotivated. If I'm paying a 2-hour class daily, if I'm taking a 2 to 3 hour class daily, then definitely I expect you all to come and participate with me. Yesterday on YouTube, why I was not able to conduct a class? Why I was willing to conduct a class, but on YouTube I was not willing. Why? Because on YouTube there is a lag. Lag of what? That I will not be able to see your responses in real time. Okay. And once that will not happen, the overall meaning of RRL will not take place. Okay. So my output on YouTube was low, and that's why I thought that I will not conduct a class on YouTube yesterday. But today we are doing it. Now understand what is social comparison. Each and every individual will do a comparison with these reference. अब reference क्या होता है, that I will tell you, but let me see what is happening in the chat box. Output is more than input. See, output is more than input. For example, there are certain employees which have high salary. They have high salary, but their work hours are very low. So their work hours is what? Input, but their salary is very high. Certain cases में हो सकता है. For example, if a manager is preferring certain employee, manager of the company is giving some undue influence or undue advantage to one employee. So in that case, manager will increase the salary of that employee. And even if that particular employee is lazy, then also that particular employee will get more outputs as compared to more inputs. How does higher output as an input lead to dissatisfaction? That I will tell you. Wait, you do not have a name. Your name is like a red line. Just wait, I will tell you. That is a very good question. In fact, social comparison basically means what? That I will be comparing my inputs and outputs as an employee to inputs and outputs of other employees. So this particular point of social comparison I will explain you later, but right now let's understand what are 3 types of inequity. Inequity means what? That your inputs are not is equals to output. First is overpaid inequity. Now listen to the doubt that like that horizontal person who was asking to me. Okay. Chalo. Overpaid inequity means what? That aapke outputs are more than inputs. When someone outcomes are more compared to his input, that particular person will experience guilt. He will feel like, yeah, company is giving too much to me and I'm not giving anything to the company. This guilt, my friend, will cause demotivation. Agreed or not? Nah, I'm asking to this particular person, Neha. Okay. Cool. No issues. Okay. So Neha, I'm addressing this doubt over here. Okay. Inputs. If my outputs are more than inputs, then definitely you will see what? Definitely you will see what? That you will be experiencing guilt. And once you experience guilt, definitely your motivation level will come down. Why? Because you think that the company is doing a lot for you, but you are not paying attention to the students. For example, EduTap is giving me a handsome salary of, let's assume, 1,20,000 per month. Okay. They are giving me the salary, but I am coming in the live class and I'm just doing a time pass. Basically, it means what? My outputs are more, but my inputs are not that much great. In that case, I will go into the state of guilt and I will have a remorse within myself. And that if that happens, then my motivation will fall. Okay. Chalo. Underpaid inequity means what? One feels his outcome is less compared to his inputs in relation to the person. Person feels anger and dissonance. Okay, so here if you see, here vice versa is happening. You feel that your inputs are more than the outputs. I am doing 9 to 6 job. After that, I go to the home, I do more homework, I arrange different PPTs, so on and so forth. So my inputs are very, very high, but the outputs which I get from the company are very low. So this will create what? This will create an anger in me, and I will not be that much truthful employee to an EduTap. Why? Because my inputs are again not exactly equals to my output. So once your outputs are more than inputs, then definitely you will feel guilt. But if your inputs are more than outputs, then definitely you will feel what? Anger. In both the situations, you will feel what? Demotivation. Equity means what? That my inputs are equals to outputs. Sir, equity means a state where input is equals to output. Yes, Tikisha. Okay. Now see, now these are the six ways via which you can establish an equilibrium. Now understand this thing very carefully. Two topics which I am explaining you right now, they are important. ये input output तो बहुत easy था, but now understand that how you have to make sure that you arrive at an equilibrium. For example, there is an imbalance. Imbalance of what? That your inputs are more than output or your outputs are more than inputs. I want to make sure that I am arriving at this particular stage. Now, for doing this particular transition, there are 6 ways which are available. So here I am re-establishing what? I am re-establishing my equity. Earlier, my outputs were more than inputs or my output were less than inputs. In both these cases, I was having either anger or guilt. But now I'm moving to equity. Now I'm seeing that how I can make sure that my employee will be having same inputs and outputs. And mind you, jab tak I is not equals to O, your employee will not become motivated. It has to be an equals to, then only he will become motivated. Now see, first you can definitely change the inputs. If your inputs are more as compared to your outputs, आप अपने inputs कम कर लो. आप अपने inputs कम कर लो means what? Give some less time to the company. Give certain less more skills to the company. Do not be that much work devotee. Simple. Change outcomes means what? Or you can change your outputs or change your outcomes. Basically, it means what? You may demand a higher salary. You will say, sir, please increase my salary. That is an output for me. Give me some achievement. Give me some bonus. Give me some kind of, I would say, recognition. All these will come under what? Outputs. So if your inputs, I am again repeating this thing, you can definitely increase or decrease the quantum of it so that you come in the balance again. Okay. Second is your distort perception of self. Distort perception of self means what? That I will change the way of my thinking. For example, currently my inputs are not that much great as compared to outputs. Okay. Basically, I am slogging more hours. I am giving more hours to the company and my salary is low. Now, how I will re-establish the equity? Understand this thing. Distort perception of self. I will think that, yeah, I am not that much good employee. I will increase or decrease my input level so that I can come back to my equity level. So basically, you will change the way of thinking of yours. You will definitely do certain thinking of yours and you will try to increase or decrease your inputs. Okay. Now, for example, I used to think I work harder than everyone but now I realize I just worked at a moderate pace. You are changing the way that you are thinking. If that is thinking is changing in you, it is self thing. But the other side will be distort perception of others. My job isn't desirable as I thought. It means what? That this time you are changing the perception of other people. This time you are not changing your perception. Okay. So again, if your inputs are not is equals to outputs, definitely either you can change your thinking or you can change the other person thinking. Choose a different referent. Choose a different referent means what? That you will change your comparison standard. इस point को थोड़ा hold करो. Actually, it's my mistake. First, I should explain you what is referent, and then I could have explained you that how you will choose a referent. इस point को I will explain you on the next slide. Okay? Leave the field. Leave the field means what? घर छोड़ के भाग जाओ या जो है like job छोड़ के भाग जाओ, as simple as that. Okay. Yes, 3 is almost same as 1. Definitely it is same. But mind you, here I am changing my thinking. यहाँ पे thinking वाला angle आ रहा है, यहाँ पे आपका cognitive angle आ रहा है. Here you are just not bringing any angle, you are just taking an action. As simple as that. Now leave the field means what? If my inputs are not is equals to output, I will change the company. If I'm doing that, then definitely you are leaving the field. Okay. Now allow me. Yes, flight. Very good. Now let's move ahead and let's understand what is referent. Then I will explain you that how you can choose a referent. Now assume that this is Mr. Raman. He is presently working in SBI PO. Okay. Now see, as I told you, under Adam equity theory, if you go back, the two important things, this social equity norms. Equity norms means what? Your input should be is equals to output. Second is your social comparison. As a human being, I will compare my particular situation to the other person, and I will compare the input and output of mine to the input and output of other person. And this comparison, which I will be doing, is known as reference. So for example, we have Mr. Aman with us. Mr. Aman is an SBI PO currently. Okay. Now he will be trying to compare his or her inputs with someone else. Okay, when he is comparing with someone else, it means that we are referring to a referent. For example, if I am comparing Parle G to hide and seek, so my Parle G is the subject, but my hide and seek will become referent. So referent is that particular party to which you are comparing your present situation. Simple. Now assume that Mr. Raman is an SBI PO. So there can be 4 different types of reference. First is self-insight. Self-insight means what? That Mr. Raman will be comparing his particular situation currently with his past situation. Employee experience a different position inside his present situation. Understand this thing with the help of an example. Currently, Aman is an SBI PO in SBI, right? He will, under self-insight, he will compare his particular situation when he was clerk. Okay, in the same branch of SBI. So basically, self means what? That you are doing your comparison. Inside means what? Inside the same company. Self outside means what? That you will be comparing your situation only. For example, I was clerk, but this time I was a clerk in PNB. So outside means what? Outside the parent company. That is, parent company currently kya hai? SBI PO, right? Self inside, yeah, you will be comparing your inputs and output of SBI clerk. But if you are comparing clerk PNB, that is a PNB of a clerk, that will be your self inside. For example, Mr. Raman was saying, currently my salary is 1 lakh. Previously, when I was a clerk at SBI, my salary was just 30,000 rupees. Now he will be motivated by this case. Why? Because he is drawing an extra salary. He will be obviously other things will also come into the picture, right? But now let's talk regarding self outside. Self outside means what? That previously when I was a clerk at SBI, or I would say at PNB, definitely my salary was somewhere around 25,000. Okay, I'm just taking any random numbers. Even I don't know what is the salary of clerk and PO. Here to Mr. Aman will be motivated. All these are reference. Okay, so employee experience a different position, mind you, different position in the present organization. Present kaun si hai? SBI. So here I will write a SBI only. Employee experience a situation outside the present organization. Present organization kaun si hai? SBI PO. But he will compare himself with the outside company. It can be PO also over here. Okay, because self outside में the same case will be there. But do not get confused. आप तो basic ही रखो. आप self inside, self outside में यही समझो कि Mr. Aman was a clerk. Others inside, others outside. Now inside यानी क्या हुआ? SBI. आउटसाइड यानी क्या हो गया? पंजाब नेशनल बैंक. अब पंजाब नेशनल बैंक आप कैनरा बैंक भी ले सकते हो, बस इट हैज टू बी आउटसाइड. अदर इनसाइड मींस व्हाट? दैट दिस टाइम आई एम कंपेयरिंग माई सेल्फ टू अ न्यू पार्टी ऑल टुगेदर. यहाँ पे तो मैं अमन ही था, यहाँ पे भी अमन था. Okay, but other outside means what? That this time I am comparing my situation to Ram, and Ram is an PO in which company? SBI. Now I will see that what is the salary which Mr. Ram is getting. If Mr. Ram is getting rupees 5 lakh as a salary of PO and I am only getting 1 lakh, then definitely I will be demotivated, because Mr. Ram is also a PO in SBI. I am also a PO in SBI. Why Mr. Ram is getting 5 lakh and why I'm only getting rupees? Why Mr. Ram is getting 5 lakh and why I'm only getting 1 lakh? So this particular difference will demotivate me. Why? Because my inputs are not my outputs are not exactly same as Mr. Ram's output. Okay. Then comes other outside. Other outside means what? That this time I will be comparing Ram only, but this time Ram is working in PNB. Why? अदर्स. देखो अदर आ गया मतलब कोई दूसरी पार्टी होगी. आप अपने आप को कंपेयर नहीं करोगे, आप किसी दूसरी पार्टी को अपने साथ कंपेयर करोगे. अनदर एम्प्लॉय यहाँ पे कीवर्ड्स भी लिखे हुए हैं. ओके, बट आई एम गिविंग यू द रियल लाइफ एग्जांपल्स, क्योंकि थ्योरी तो सब पढ़ा देंगे बट एग्जाम्पल से ही समझ में आएगा. ओके, नाउ इफ राम इज वर्किंग एज अ पीएनबी, राम इज ओनली गेटिंग एज अ पीएनबी offer of 50,000. He is only getting salary of 50,000 per month. In this case, you only tell me whether Ram will be, whether Aman will be motivated or not. You only tell me if Aman as an SBI PO is earning 1 lakh, whereas Mr. Ram, who is working in PNB, he will be motivated or demotivated. Batao. If I ask you, why only few people are answering? Baki sab so rahe hai kya? Why only few people are answering? He will be definitely be motivated. Okay, because I will be comparing my inputs to outputs of other person. These are what your referents are. Referent is that particular party in which you will compare. Still, I am not that much happy. Only few people are answering, but no issues. Some people are answering. That is good. So this is what your referents are. Now go back to the previous slide. Here, choose a different referent. For example, I am comparing myself with Ram and I have become demotivated. But I have an option that I can go to Sham now. Why? Because I'm changing the altogether. I'm changing my party altogether. So you will choose a different referent. जिसको ये referent का खेल और जिसको ये equity establish करना आ गया, then definitely Adam equity theory is covered. इस गैप में कोई भी क्वेश्चन आ जाए, you will not be able to. Sukurti is asking, chalo, no issue with it. Chalo, I will explain it one more time. Cool. See, in self insight, definitely. See, YouTube people are also saying referent mean the standard or the person where we draw a comparison between my input to the set of standard. Very good, Tikisha Rajwan. That she is also giving the right answer. Chalo, I am explaining this one more time on the request of one student. Okay. Yes, self inside means what? That you will be comparing yourself with your previous situation. Simple. Self outside means what? That you will be comparing yourself only with a job which was previously owned by you in some other company. Self मस्तर यहाँ पे क्या हुआ कि आप राम को राम से ही कंपेयर कर रहे हो. Sorry, Mr. Ram was there, right? I'm assuming that he is Mr. Ram. So you are comparing Ram to Mr. Ram. Simple. Inside means what? Inside the same company. Outside means what? That if Mr. Ram is working in SBI, then we are comparing Mr. Ram with PNB this time. Okay, so these are the basic things. Others outside, others inside. Other yani hua ki now I am not comparing myself. I am not comparing myself to my situation. I am comparing others. So this time I will bring Mr. Rohan. Okay, and here also other means what? Some other party. Inside means what? Company. I will ask you one question, उस पे basis पे है आपको समझ में आएगा, because theory समझाना अलग है, क्वेश्चन करना अलग है. Okay, inside means SBI and outside means any bank. Canara Bank ले लो, PNB ले लो, Bank of India लेना, whatever you want to call it as. Now this is a new perspective, so please understand it. Now see, previously we have understood like guilt and anger, but right now we have certain more perspective which has been added to the Adam equity theory. So this is just an extension. Benevolent, sorry, this is the last topic of Adam. Then we will cover certain small topics, and then we will take the questions. Benevolent are those people who prefer their own input-output ratios to be less than those who are the relational partners. The benevolent prefers under-benefited. Now see, there are some people in this particular world who believe that their inputs should always be less than the outputs as compared to the referent. So for example, I am happy to be underpaid. I am happy to be neglected by the organization. Then I'm becoming what? Then I'm becoming benevolent. Benevolent means what? That you are not looking to what you are getting. You are just moving in your own masti. You do not care what are your inputs and outputs. Simple. Equity sensitives are those people who prefer their input and output ratios to be equal to the other relational partners. Now tell me, what is the meaning of relational partners in the technical terms of Adam? Which is that particular term which I am referring over here? Yes, they are reference only. So if you understand that particular concept, then this theory is nothing. This is very easy. आप इसके previous year उठा के देखना, हलवा क्वेश्चन है, हलवा हलवा या फिर आपको जो अच्छा लगता हो. Entitles are those people who prefer their own and inputs to exceed. So these are those people who will run after the success. Success बोलो that these are थोड़ा greedy also. Some people say ना that I want to score a more marks than you. Why they say? Because they are entitles. Entitles means what? कि इनको हमेशा अपने inputs outputs ज्यादा चाहिए as compared to the other person. If I'm getting 75 in FM, other person wants to get 80. It basically means what? That they want to become an entitled. Benevolent का opposite है entitled. Very easy to understand if your concepts are clear. Okay? Yes, want higher returns. Now see, we have covered the maximum of all the motivational theories. अब Adam के criticisms भी बहुत easy है. How you will be able to compare your inputs to outputs, that is again a kind of subjective thing. Okay, but that is really very easy to understand. Do this homework. Do the criticism of Adam equity theory by yourself. Very easy, hardly a 10-minute read. I'm not giving you very. Benevolent are demotivated. It is a very good question from Shushmita. Benevolent are those people who do not even care. They will not see whether their inputs are equals to output. They will just move forward. So here we are not seeing whether you are motivated or demotivated. We are talking regarding the personality types. So benevolent may, I will just walk ahead. I will not even see that who is getting what, who is not getting what. For example, there are certain people who are indifferent. उनको फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता है. They just walk in their own masti. They just want to be in the present. Okay. Indifferent towards Sahaj. can be said. I'm not able to understand. The benevolent have apathy kind of attitude. Yes, definitely you can say that. Okay. On that note, we are covering certain small topics. Cool. Then we will end this class. So we only have to discuss two more topics. Then I will show you the questions, and then I will tell you the homework for today, and then we will discuss that also, the model question and answer. Now see, there is a difference. Now see, if you are targeting RBI grade B, then definitely this topic is less important, but still this is important because they have asked multiple questions in SEBI grade exams. So definitely RBI can also ask. Now understand the difference between motivation and morale. The difference between motivation and morale is that motivation is associated to an individual. For example, currently Mr. Jalaj or Mr. Teacher is motivated. Why I am motivated? Because I wanted to take the class. Very good, Samitra and Taniksha. They are also giving the right answer in the chat box. So, individual. Yes, just a second. Where was I? Yes. Currently, I am motivated. Why I am motivated? That I am taking this class for past 2 hours. Okay. Morale is associated to team. Currently, 103 people are sitting on Zoom. Plus, there are 20 plus odd people in my YouTube class as well. So we can say that 2 to 3 people currently with me are motivated. So once I am talking regarding morale, I will talk regarding more than one. We all are motivated, then it means the morale of the team is high. So motivation के अंदर I will only talk regarding this person, but under morale I will talk regarding all the different persons. Okay, now I cannot draw 200 people like this, so just assume that. So motivation के अंदर this person will say I am motivated. Okay, here each and every person is saying that I am motivated, I am motivated, I am motivated, I am motivated. Combining all of them will say that today our morale is high, today our morale is very big, today our morale is like bright. So this is the big difference between motivation and morale. Now I will come to point number 2 and point number 3 later, but first understand point number 4. Point number 4 says what? Motivation acquires a primary concern. Primary concern means what? That this is a priority for every manager and for every company. Why? Because if your employee are not motivated, definitely your morale of the company will go down. For example, currently there is a team of 4 people. They all are saying that our morale is high. Why? Because they all are saying that, because they all in the individual capacity are saying that yes, I am motivated, I am motivated, I am motivated, and I am also motivated. But, 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 just listen to this carefully. But if I remove the motivation from 2 people, if I remove motivation from 2 people, then definitely the morale of this particular group will fall. Why? Because these 2 people, that is A and B, are not motivated. X and Y तो motivated है. So first you have to make sure कि आपके सारे के सारे बंदे motivated हो. And then if you are making sure that all your people are motivated, then definitely the morale of the group will increase. Therefore, this is a secondary phenomena. Secondary means what? That if your motivated employees are there, then definitely the morale will obviously increase. That brings me to my third point. High motivation is the driving force. It induces higher productivity. High morale will not always lead to higher productivity. Understand this thing. If one person is motivated, then definitely his productivity will increase. For example, my currently throat is good, you all are replying with me, YouTube is also going good, so I am motivated, I will increase the productivity of this class. But mind you, for example, initially there were 120 people in this class, currently there are only 105. It means what? Certain people have become demotivated and they left the class. It means what? That high morale, previously we were having high morale when we started this class during RRR. At that particular time our morale was high, but now think for those people who have left this class, for them the productivity has fallen. So this is what you have to understand. High morale might not always lead to an higher productivity. Might not means what? कि कभी कभी तो होगा, जैसे RRR में सबकी productivity high थी, but right now if I ask tough questions, only few are answering, other are sleeping or other are left the class. Okay, so this is what it means. High motivation से productivity पक्का बढ़ेगी, high morale से हो भी सकता है बढ़े या ना बढ़े. Okay, more about morale and productivity we will understand in the next slide. Higher motivation always lead to higher morale. अगर मेरे सारे के सारे motivated employees है, then मैं क्या बोलूंगा कि मेरी टीम का morale high है. Okay, but high morale does not essentially lead to a greater motivated. Understand this why. A, B, C, D, E, and F are there. Okay. Now, what is the strength of the group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 people. Now see, A, B, C, and D, they all are motivated. Why they are motivated? Because they are like good people. But E and F are not motivated. But I will still say that the morale of the group is high. Why? Because majority of the persons in the group are motivated. Majority कितने की है? 4 की. Okay. But अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग, अगर सबका मोरल हाई है तो अगर ए बी सी डी ई सबका मोटिवेशन हाई है तो मोरल पक्का हाई होगा ही होगा. बट हाई मोरल does not essentially lead to a greatly motivated employees. Now, for example, if I say of this group that is A, B, C, D, E, F, E and F का मोरल हाई नहीं है और they are not having great motivation. But this group का मोरल is high. They have a high morale. बट अगर जब मैं एक एक इंडिविजुअल को जाके पता करूंगा देन आई विल कम टू नो दैट ई एंड एफ आर नॉट मोटिवेटेड. देयरफॉर माय फ्रेंड्स, प्लीज रिमेंबर दिस थिंग दैट हाई मोटिवेशन will always lead to high morale. If all the group people are motivated, then definitely my morale will increase. But higher morale is not is equals to higher motivation. Why? Because there are people in the group which can be demotivated, but the rest majority of the group is motivated. Because of that, this relationship is there. ठीक है, तो एक बार रिवाइज कर देते हैं. This is individual, this is team. हाई मोटिवेशन इज अ ड्राइविंग प्रोडक्टिविटी. डेफिनेटली अगर ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोग मोटिवेटेड होंगे देन योर पीपल प्रोडक्टिविटी विल इंक्रीज. हाई मोरल माइट नॉट ऑलवेज इंक्रीज हायर प्रोडक्टिविटी. व्हाई? बिकॉज some people will not discontinue, some people will discontinue and definitely they will bear the results. इसका we will have more discussion ahead. Higher motivation often leads to higher morale because motivation is a primary concern. ये प्रायोरिटी होती है, ये आपको करना ही करना है. मोरल ऑटोमेटिकली बढ़ जाएगा. अगर आपके मोटिवेटेड एम्प्लॉइज है देन मोरल इज अ बाय प्रोडक्ट. बाय प्रोडक्ट मीन्स व्हाट? कि अगर मोटिवेशन है तो मोरल टीम का बढ़ना ही बढ़ना है. एज सिंपल एज दैट. ओके. ऑन दैट नोट, अब यार ये बहुत बेसिक है, आई एम नॉट रिपीटिंग दिस थिंग बिकॉज हाई मोरल यानी क्या होता है? आप अपनी टीम को अपनी सही सैलरीज दो, दे विल बिकम मोटिवेटेड. यू विल गिव देम हेल्दी एंड सेफ एनवायरमेंट, डेफिनेटली दे विल बिकम मोटिवेटेड. सो अगर आप पॉजिटिव क्वालिटीज दे रहे हो then definitely morale will increase. Simple है. But low morale means what? That you are giving negative qualities. As simple as that. ये तो 11th 12th class के बच्चों को भी आता है. Like work frustration. Work frustration means what? That there is a constant nugging around. Now what is happening in my chat? Let me see. Motivation, nothing more. Is morale an aggregate? Yes, you can definitely say. Morale is definitely aggregate of individual motivations. Thank you, Mansi. That is a really very good, very fantastic lecture. So fruitful. Please share your feedback. That will be good. Yes, very good, Neeraj. Is morale we call as a Josh? Definitely Josh of a group. Josh, how is the Josh, friends? You always say hi, 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 hi. So that is again a morale thing. Very good, Neeraj. Okay. Now allow me to move ahead now. Okay, now this is the last topic. After that, we will take the questions. Now, as I told you, morale is somewhere subjective to productivity. Now this is something which like this will not be asked in RBI Grade B exam because RBI Grade B asks basic level questions. This is something like which MBA students study, but I will explain you for the sake of convenience कि ये concept notes में दे रखा है तो एक बार पढ़ लेते हैं. बहुत ही easy concept है, nothing much to worry. Morale, देखो मैंने might भी use करा था when I was explaining this slide. Might. Okay, might means what? हो भी सकता है, नहीं भी हो सकता है. Why? Because it will depend upon the people which are taking part with you. Some people left the class right now. Some people are also with me. Therefore, some people productivity will increase. Some people productivity will fall. Now, morale might be affecting productivity. Now, understand this thing very carefully. Now, whenever in the journal sense यानी क्या होता है कि जब हम बोलते हैं morale high है then definitely we will say that yes, productivity will increase. Journal sense में. Journal sense यानी कि you are not studying each and every individual, you are just seeing the shape of the group. If the group is motivated, then definitely you will say that the group morale is high. अगर हर एक बंदा motivated है, then definitely you will say that the morale of the group is high. But this is not regular in all the cases. For example, I cannot say 10% increase in morale will increase my productivity by 10%. So you cannot have this relationship. आप एक journal way में बोल सकते हो that yes, if morale is high, productivity will be more, but you cannot be more specific. Now understand how. For example, if there is low morale, then there is low productivity. Why? Because everyone in the group is not working good. Now, this is very easy. Just understand this thing very easily. A, B, C, D, E. They all are not the group morale is low. Definitely it means what? That some people in the group are not motivated, and because motivation is directly related to productivity, the productivity in this case will fall. Very easy to understand. High morale and high productivity, A, B, C, D, E. I am assuming that all the people are motivated in this particular group, then I will say the morale is high. Once all the motivated people are working, that it means morale will be high. Here productivity will increase. Very easy to understand. Quadrant number 1, quadrant number 2, quadrant number 3 and 4. Okay, so 1 and 3 are very easy to understand. Now understand quadrant number 2. High morale but no productivity. High morale means what? Ki A, B, C, D, E hai. They all are motivated. Some motivated hai. It means what? Their morale will also be high. अगर मैं group का बात करूं तो. But here we are having low productivity. Why? Because of hygiene factors. For example, yesterday what happened? We all were like ready to conduct the class, but due to the technical error, due to the external influences, our productivity of the yesterday was very low. कल तो हमने कुछ भी नहीं किया, right? Yesterday we didn't do anything. We are continuing our class today. So this means what? That due to certain external factors, your productivity can fall, and therefore this relationship is not true. For example, A, B, C, D, E wants to work 9 to 6, but they do not have machine. They do not have good working environment. They do not have good hygiene factors. Therefore, this is the case where your high morale will lead to low productivity. Okay, and then now comes to A, B, C, D, E. Low morale and high productivity. This means what? That group ka morale low hai. It means what? That low morale and high productivity. Here, mind you, my friend, simplest batata hu. Do not get confused. Remember the example of autocracy. For example, theory X manager hai. Theory X manager will make sure कि सारे के सारे employees work on the time. Their individual motivation is low. Individual motivation is low. Definitely I will say कि morale group का low होगा. I hope you are able to understand with me. मैंने बहुत अच्छे से पहले समझा दिया है. If my individual motivations are low, morale of the group will be low. But mind you, here I can still derive high productivity. कैसे? With the help of theory X manager. Remember carrot and stick approach. मैं motivated हुई नहीं, but still I am going ahead with rewards. अगर मैंने rewards की जगह नहीं गया, तब मुझे punishment मिलेगी. So because of that particular punishment, I am having a fear in my mind, and I will keep running. I will improve my task, but I am not internally motivated. This is what morale productivity matrix is all about. Okay, so just understand with the help of an examples. I am again repeating, this is the last topic. After that we will take the questions and we will conclude our class very low easily. 1 and 3 तो बहुत easy है. Second में you just have to remember high morale is low productivity means what? That आपके hygiene factors कम है, और यहाँ पे आपको याद रखना है that you are having autocracy in your, I would say what, management. Simple. On that note, if you enjoyed all the concepts, then definitely you have your moral responsibility to share the feedback on hello@edutap.co.in. Okay. Yes, very good. By punishment, Mitesh, very good. Neeraj, close supervision, superb. Due to autocratic, yes, Sushmita, superb, very good. Good logic. Okay. Now let's move ahead. Now I'm taking some doubts. Is it mandatory to read motivation part 1? System view is very easy. Just read kar lo. Although it is not mentioned in your syllabus, but still do not leave anything. Abhi time hai. We learned about factors. Here it means factors indirectly about needs. Yes. Yes, the answer of your query will be yes. Now, to those, let's solve some questions. First, I need answers of question number 1. Question number 1, let's try to solve this. Avinash is totally the answer totally depends upon you. If you enjoyed my class, then definitely you can leave the concept classes. But if you are not able to understand anything, then definitely you can watch it. I need answers from everyone, yaar. Sir, please explain performance. Performance is the, like, how you will perform on RBI Grade B days. For example, how you will choose the selections in QRE, how you will do your ESI paper. That is performance. So performance is something, for example, currently I'm asking you the questions. That is a question from my end. If you answered it rightly, so that means you are performing it very well. So it's a performance means what? That you are performing something. You are doing an activity. Okay, I need answers from everyone, yaar, because this is in high time. Yes, two-factor theory. Very easy. Cool. In the field of motivation, which of the following is not a hygiene factor? Okay. So 15 more minutes and then we will conclude. Yes, what is happening to my YouTube family? Rahul, Gauri, Vishwaranjan. And also I have one more question. Chalo, jaldi jaldi karo thoda. In the field of motivation, which is following is not the hygiene factor as per the two-factor theory. Hygiene factor नहीं है पूछा है. Okay, yes. Recognition, superb. Recognition is something which is classified as your, I would say what? Satisfier. Okay. Now try to address this question. Now these are the moderate level questions. And yes, the feedback which I received yesterday, I hope I have been able to implement it. This is an indirect message to the student itself. Okay. Chalo. Now try to solve this question. Now I'm not asking much questions because we will have the RRR session of today's class on Monday. So come prepared, okay? Thank you, Avinash, but it will be really very good if you share your feedback on hello@edutap.co.in. Because see, what happens with feedback is that Anchit sir will come to know that how I am teaching with you, and I am really very frank. I am not doing any marketing or selling over here. I am a very Punjabi Munda kind of thing. Okay, even if you do not give me feedback, I am very satisfied with the efforts which I am taking. But others will come to know that how I am performing. For that, feedback is for them. For me, I am very happy that I am addressing the class of more than 120, 150 students. That really means a lot to me. Yes, the answer over here, D, people relish and seek responsibility. That is correct. Okay, which particular personality gave the theory of theory Z? Was it MacGregor? Yes, पूरा नाम लिखो पूरा, William Uchi. That is the correct name. Okay. On that note, let's move ahead. What is the answer? That is your answer number. And which two countries were compared by William Uchi? 10:15 पे we will conclude our class. Okay. Yes. Chalo. Next statement. Cool, cool, good. America, Japan. And Japan was the positive side. America should learn from Japan. Okay. Now, America को आप USA भी लिख सकते हो. I have seen people like they get confused between America and USA, but they are exactly the same. Yes, very good, Jia. Very good, Rahul. And yes, Biswajanjan is asking, sir, कोर्स मेन लिंक नहीं है क्लास का, प्लीज टेल मी व्हाट टू डू. विश्वरंजन, क्लास का लिंक होगा तभी वी आर हैविंग मोर देन 100 पीपल विद अस. ओके, नाउ अगर आपने फेज 1 की लाइव क्लासेस का देखा है तो दैट इज अ मिस्टेक. ये फेज 2 की लाइव क्लासेस है. ओके, एक बार आप इस नंबर पे कॉल कर लेना, 8146207241. दे विल हेल्प यू. ओके. Yes. Theory Y managers. Sorry, this is incorrect. Theory Z was given by William Uchi. Instinctive theory, biological. Yes. So statement 2 and 3 should be correct. Oh shit, I have told you the answer only. Yes, I have told you 4 November ka. ठीक है. Yes. Now tell me which particular concept says that all your biological needs are fulfilled. Spelling mistake is allowed, but इसको correct कर लेना because you can use this particular concept in your descriptive. Yes, homeostasis. Name that particular person who gave this particular concept. Clark Hulk. Very good, Atharv. Vrinda is also giving the right answer. And yes, now we are coming to a tough question. चलो इसको आराम से करना. आराम से करना है इसको. ये तो basic questions है, but we will definitely take some tough questions as well. Mansi is going with instrumentality. Avinash, Tanisha, why you are going with instrumentality? Till now, I have not received a correct answer. Valency. Chalo, give me the right answer. Now, see, I'm playing with you. You have to be confident once you are answering the question. Extra thing which you told us to read the. I'm not getting your doubt, Prerna. चलो बताओ व्हाट इज द आंसर. जो लोग कॉन्फिडेंट है वही आंसर कर पाएंगे. माइंड यू, वंस आई सेड that please recheck your answer, some people rechecked like A to C, they have changed their answer. It is clearly given which component of room expectancy theory explains the relationship between performance to outcome. Even I don't know the answer. Expectancy किसको लिंक करती है? एक्सपेक्टेंसी ई से ही स्टार्ट होगा, एफर्ट, एफर्ट के बाद क्या आता है, परफॉर्मेंस. दोज हु आर सेइंग वैलेंसी, वेरी वेरी बैड, आई एम वेरी सॉरी, यू हैव टू रिवाइज. वैलेंसी तो हो ही नहीं सकता. चलो मैं मानता हूं कि एक्सपेक्टेंसी और इंस्ट्रूमेंटैलिटी थोड़े कंफ्यूजिंग है. परफॉर्मेंस से आउटकम कौन सा रिलेट करता है, दैट विल बी योर, that will be your instrumentality only. Therefore, the correct answer was B. Mind you, my friend, please, I am not saying any fancy lines of motivation, but you have to be damn confident. Just remember what MS Dhoni said. A confident guy is much more valuable than the talented guy. अगर आपको सब कुछ आता भी है, but still you are not having confident, you are as good as waste. But if you are confident, then definitely you can change this mother world. Okay, so please remember, इंस्ट्रूमेंटैलिटी परफॉर्मेंस एंड आउटकम को करती है. देयरफॉर द आंसर विल बी इंस्ट्रूमेंटैलिटी. व्हिच पर्टिकुलर कंपोनेंट टॉक्स रिगार्डिंग वैलेंसी. नाउ जस्ट टेल मी व्हाट इज द कीवर्ड ओवर हियर. कीवर्ड क्या होगा, रिवॉर्ड तो होगा, रिवॉर्ड के आगे भी तो कुछ होगा. रिवॉर्ड इज द की टर्म, आई अंडरस्टैंड. इट इज योर perception or reward. Yes, very good, Nanda Kamar. Do I value this reward? Valuing of reward is your valency. Okay, so please remember, those who said C, definitely I'm not that much happy with you, but you will have to improve. Prove me wrong in the next question. Yes, very good, Parinita. Reward is valuable or not? Simply you will ask this question. आराम से करो क्वेश्चन, आराम से. Yes, this is also correct, Avinash. Now here employee compare his or her inputs with his or her, his और मतलब वो अपने आप से कंपेयर कर रहा है. अब लैंग्वेज पकड़ो. With his or her earlier job in the previous company. Previous यानी क्या हुआ, बात की कंपनी. तो यहाँ पे तो सिंपल आंसर क्या बनेगा, सेल्फ आउटसाइड. सेल्फ आउटसाइड क्यों, बिकॉज आई एम कंपेयरिंग माई सेल्फ ओनली but with some other company, previous company. Okay, so this is the toughest question, I would say, but I am surprised to see that all of you have answered it correctly. But you only know whether you have cheated the other answer or not. But if you have given the answer with your confidence, then kudos to you. But if you are like seeing the answers of other and then answering it, then definitely you have a mirror for you. If you know the concept, definitely you can take. Neeraj, just let me complete these two questions, then I will take. Now, this is a case study based question, which is the toughest question of my class today. Neeraj, till then you can type the doubt. I will definitely take in between. But try to address this question, which is like toughest question, I would say. YouTube पे क्या हो रहा है? Very good, Akash, Akshay, Tiksha as well. Nice name. एक्सपेक्टेंसी. एक्सपेक्टेंसी में रिवाइज कर देता हूँ. देखो डी और ई तो आंसर होगा ही नहीं, तो इनको तो आप यूं ही एलिमिनेट कर दो. ठीक है, एक्सपेक्टेंसी, एफर्ट्स टू परफॉर्मेंस. अब यहां पे आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना होगा कि आउटकम क्या है या परफॉर्मेंस क्या है. इंस्ट्रूमेंटैलिटी इज योर परफॉर्मेंस से आउटकम. टेक योर टाइम गाइज, है ना, टेक योर टाइम. आई एम नॉट रनिंग अवे, आई डू नॉट वांट टू बेंट योर कॉन्फिडेंस. बट आंसर चलो मैं हिंट तो दे ही देता हूं, है तो बी और सी में से ही. बिकॉज नथिंग इज सेट रिगार्डिंग एनीथिंग रिगार्डिंग वैल्यूएशन ऑफ रिवॉर्ड्स. सो ए भी नहीं होगा. असली फाइट यही है, इंस्ट्रूमेंटैलिटी और एक्सपेक्टेंसी की. अगर आपने इसमें से पता कर लिया, सो कैन आई रिवील द आंसर नाउ. C, B, C, B, C, B, C, B. So you are like 50-50 chances. Definitely the answer is option number B. That is your instrumentality. So kudos to all those who have given the right answer. Now see what is the question which is saying. Now I know the question because I have framed the question, so I'm not reading it again over here. Performance is linked, definitely Sahaj. Here, however, few lines hires regarding skepticism about relationship between their performance and actual release in the commission. It means what? कि commission तो हो गया आपका outcome. Outcome means what? कि आपका goal क्या आने वाला है. Yes, trust भी आ सकता है. और trust किसके बीच का factor था? Trust किसका factor था? Instrumentality का. Understood or not? And that is why the answer will be option number B. Trust and company policies. These were the factor of what? instrumentality, and tell me what were the factors of expectancy. Expectancy के factors कौन से होंगे? 3 थे, 2 भी बता दोगे तो भी I will. Yes, Sushmita, you are also correct. Self efficiency, goal difficulty, and what was the last one? Perceive control. So ये तीनों के यहाँ पे बात हो ही नहीं रही है. And if such questions comes in your exam, definitely you have the moral responsibility कि 2 मिनट अच्छे से क्वेश्चन को पढ़ो. And that is why I always say reading skills has to be very good. जो प्रीवियस ईयर अगर आप देखोगे, ये जो क्वेश्चन है ये हार्डली 10 सेकेंड्स क्वेश्चन है. हार्डली 10 सेकेंड. 10 सेकेंड भी मैं ज्यादा बोल रहा हूँ अगर आपकी स्पीड अच्छी है तो. बट टफ क्वेश्चन अगर आ गया, दैट विल डिसाइड वेदर यू आर अ टॉपर और नॉट. ओके, सो इफ यू हैव आंसर्ड दैट पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन एज सी, देयर इज नो नीड टू वरी, यू स्टिल हैव द टाइम. बट बकल अप, competition बहुत है, and I will not give you any, you know, easy questions. Now try to address this question as well. So there is a surprise 2 questions this time. This is based on Hansberg, which I feel is the toughest, I would say, toughest theory to explain. And yes, guys, if you enjoy, then definitely share the feedback so that I can share my what performance with the other people. B. Amruta is going with B. Is Amruta correct or not? We will check. Nandan is going with D. Neeraj again, Rana again, B. Take your time. I am not in hurry. B. I need all the 90 responses, then only I will move ahead. We still have 10 minutes, then we will close. And yes, I will upload the PDF by 11 a.m. only so that you can get the PDF. Recording will be uploaded by thoda sa time mein. See, here the employees, it became evident that several factors were affecting the employees' intrinsic motivation level. Intrinsic motivation level यानी क्या हो गया? That they are not having motivators or satisfiers. Based on the 2-factor theory, which of the following is factors are likely contributing to the assembly line workers? Yes, very good, Abhiraj. Therefore, the answer will be option number B. So those who have given the answer B, congratulations, you are going on the right track. Okay, E, like salary and benefits, again it is an hygiene factor. Hygiene factors आपके motivators में तो आते ही नहीं है. Career advancement, work itself is a kind of an satisfier. Work environment is a kind of that. Supportive work environment mean कि बाहर के लोग कैसे हैं. Ineffective supervision, again it is a type of an hygiene. C and D was just given to confuse you. So correct answer is B. Kudos to all those who have given the right. Assembly line means the low level workers. Low level यानी कि जो सबसे निचले लेवल पे काम करते हैं मैनेजमेंट के. On that note, I am giving you an homework question. After that, we will do the. But here their intrinsic motivation was asked regarding, right? Intrinsic motivation was asked. Therefore, the answer will be option number B. Extrinsic होता तो आता उसके लिए salary. Okay. Now we have an homework question. Now, mind you, my friend, I'm not giving you anything fancy. Just write short notes. Short notes of how many words? 300 words. On what? Write a short note on all the theories which are mentioned in the syllabus. Maslow, Eldefer, McClelland, Hansberg, leave theory X, theory Y, leave extinctive, Vroom and Adam. ये 6 short notes लिख लो, आपका काम हो जाएगा. And this is what hard work is all about. Hard work तो करना पड़ेगा. Definitely read this concept notes one time. Now give the quiz after you are done with reading and solve the previous year questions. That will take only 30 minutes of your time. Okay. Now I'm opening my session to doubts. If you have doubts, you can raise your hands. No, Neeraj. To understand that particular paragraph, you will first have to start from the basic only. Start that particular paragraph from the very first question. Okay. No, Gaurav. Reinforcement theory we will understand in the chapter of personality and perception. Okay. वो भी अच्छी थ्योरी है. Cognitive resource theory भी अच्छी क्वेश्चन है. But syllabus has changed of RBI. But we will cover reinforcement or different types of reinforcement in the chapter of personality and perception. Okay. Now, yes, sir, model answer. I'm discussing the model answers. Now, I'm not giving you any answer. I'm not giving you any copy paste answer, but I'm giving you certain points which you can include in the yesterday question. What is motivation? Define it add certain relevance like what are motives, what are motivating motivators. This will expand your answers, and then use certain very journal, I would say, ways via which you motivate an employee, and then summarize in a very positive and a sweet manner. Now, I'm not giving you any question over here or not any answer, because that will not help you. But what, for example, if I talk regarding employee performance, if my employee is motivated, definitely his productivity will increase. This we have understood, right? Now just frame your answers based on this point. Some answers will go like very good, some answers will look like good, some answers will go like average. That is acceptable, but not writing anything is like a sin, paap hai wo ek tarike se. Okay, on the same manner, detail the variances first between Aldefer and Maslow. इंट्रोडक्शन देना पड़ेगा, मोटिवेशन को डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा. Yesterday only we have discussed the different I would say differences, and again just give a plain and basic, I would say, what simple conclusion. If you do, please do write. अगर आपके क्वेश्चन में ये सब क्वालिटीज है, then definitely you are going on the right track. This is my introduction, this is my body, and this is my conclusion. Okay, again, this is my introduction, this is my body, and this is my conclusion. That is what the model answer from my end will be, because I will not give you any chat GPT question or bard question, but this is the way which you have to write. Complete the damn paper. कैसा लिखना है, that will come on the next slide. But when I was giving my RBI Grade B serious attempt, maximum people were just sitting and seeing the faces of other aspirants. They are not even writing the question. On that note, my friend, the class has officially ended. Please share your feedback again as a request on hello@edutap.co.in. If you share, definitely it will be a very big motivation for me. Just taking some doubts. After that, we will close the class. Do we need to refer to the PYQs of FM before, like, no, no, please solve all the previous year questions, but there are some questions which were like 2015, 16. Just see them. Okay, there is no big concept. Just see them, try to solve them. If you are unable to solve them, there is no need to take tension. But if you are able to solve them after seeing the explanation, reattempt them. That will be the good practice. कुछ मत छोड़ो, अभी बहुत time है. Okay, model answer I have discussed. Sir, in short notes, talking about criticism and sir, in short notes, I'm not able to understand the meaning of uh, sir, model of previous class I have discussed. Shushmata, I'm not able to understand the meaning of your, I would say, doubt. ये सही है. Thank you so much, everyone. Do we need to refer to this? I have addressed. Thank you. So spelling error comes. Spelling errors पे you will improve slowly and steadily. Just write your answers on daily basis. Uh, if I'm taking your name correct, Asita Pathak, use Chat GPT for evaluation. If no one is there, AI is always there to help you. Okay, because I cannot give you a promise that I will evaluate your answers. But please believe me, the concept of constructive criticism is very, very vague. Okay. Only your parents or only your friends can give you that criticism. Other people will just give you the, small points. Okay, didn't discuss about Adam equity theory criticism because that I have given as an homework, and that are very easy. Subjectivity तो आपको डालना ही डालना है हर एक disadvantage में. Goal setting theory is very easy, given by one of the most Edwin Locke, if I'm not wrong, बहुत ही easy theory है. But RBI is not asking questions out of those, so we will not cover that. Sir, in short notes, talking about criticism and implication. Short notes means summary or what? Summary sheet. Sir, answer in bookish language or your language, the way you express yourself. For example, if I unmute you, will you be able to tell me your own definition? If you are confident, then definitely you can express yourself. Use your own language. N is asking, sir, assembly line वालों का सैलरी से ही मोटिवेशन होता है. इंट्रिंसिक मोटिवेशन देखो, इंट्रिंसिक वर्ड था उसके अंदर, इसलिए उसका आंसर. No, I mean exact. See, exact concept note language will not be done. मैं भी अगर descriptive answer लिखूंगा तो I will use my language. I cannot use those language which are written in concept notes. But what is the main theme? Your theme should remain common. आपने अगर salary का example belongingness needs में दे दिया, then it is an horrible mistake. Belongingness needs में you will have to give an example of teamwork. Yes, punctuation errors are okay, but try to reduce them. Okay, they are okay. Nandu Kumar, after this class, we need to read PYQs, so you have to just solve. So it is like a 20 minutes game. Concept notes, glance through it. Okay, summary sheet, you can use it for revision. You can use this particular PDF as well as a revision sheet or summary sheet. Okay, so it totally depends upon you that what you are comfortable in. Spelling errors, it is totally fine. It will improve. Okay, Maitesh. Thank you, Imtiaz. Please share your feedback on hello@edutap. Grammarly, no. From my end, Grammarly is not a good platform to judge you. Monica, again, you can share your feedback at hello@edutap.co.in. Sonali, again, everyone, again, you can share your feedback and hello@edutap.co.in. Sir, if we write short notes, तो उसमें अच्छा. If you write short notes, see, if you are able to fulfill 300 words with the main content, definitely there is no space to write it. You can leave it. But अगर आप लिखोगे, तो definitely it will add value to your knowledge. A very good question, I would say, from Anjali. This is how you have to manage your words. मैंने short foot आपको 300 वर्ड का बोला है, right? आप उसको 400 वर्ड्स का कर दो. आप सॉल्व लिखो बस, मैं तो ये चाहता हूँ, सिंपल. Okay, okay. Sushmita and Anjali are asking the same doubt. Very good doubt, in fact, Sushmita. Okay. See, again, as I said, short note, अगर आप 400 words का भी लिखते हो, so that is fine. In 400 words, definitely you can include the implication and criticisms. Okay. But if possible, write a short note on each and every theory which is mentioned on the syllabus. That is the major goal. Okay. Yes, keywords are important. Very good, Nandi. So complete compared to yesterday, was speed was little bit higher. I'm very sorry, but I did my best. But if you have not understand anything, then definitely you can ask your doubts on discussion forum. Okay. This is not a recorded class. I have to maintain a pace. On that note, my friend, let's end the class now. It is not switched off, Avinash. It will be open between 9 to 6. आप अभी call करो, अभी अब आपको दिख जाएगा, मतलब क्या कहते हैं, you definitely team is sitting for there you. Okay. Wonderful session. Everything was perfect. Thank you. Okay. Please share your feedback on hello@edutap.co.in. I will be waiting to hear your messages. If there are any, on Monday, RRR of today's class plus motivation. Oh, sorry, communication. On that note, bye bye and take care.